Well, we're live now. Hello, everybody, as you're joining the stream. Only a few of us here so far, but... Oh, is it still private? I might have not made it public. That would have been bad. Oh yeah, it's private. RIP. Fixed. It should be public now.
Yep, now.
Yep, now we're good.
Now we're good? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mistake there.
That's alright.
Yeah, so audio is definitely working this time. People are joining for real this time instead of just like the two people that actually have the link.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
Yep.
So we're going to start off with the previous car, the one that was unfortunately crashing beam, likely due to a fixture compatibility issue. So we'll try that.
Let's hope it works.
Hopefully, I'm anticipating that beam is just going to crash immediately, but hopefully it doesn't. Somehow we need to identify what fixture that is and like ban it from these showcases because it has caused issues in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could go for a try to see what it is at some point.
Perhaps.
Alright, so it's this car here. I mean, it looks like a decent car, but you can see it's got those, like it's got a lot of red on it, so it might be that one thing you were talking about before. The, like decal, I guess it is. But let's give this a try.
Yeah, I think it is one of the quote-text syndrome.
Yeah.
I think it might be some of the different shapes because it's not the...
Yeah, just like
not
one
the
out of the
square.
shapes or something like that.
And
Once
and
again,
not the
I'd like
squares.
to. Yeah. Once again, I'd like to apologize. I'm still rather under the weather. My voice is slowly disappearing. But we should be good.
Well,
the show must go on.
yeah, well, it's some good news. Just double checking here. It's working. So I
Is
don't
working?
know. Yeah, I don't know what was going on yesterday, but it is currently working. So
Well, there you go.
let's give this one a try. This is from the GT2 class. It's the only car that didn't go yesterday because I guess there was an issue with its first export, but it should be good to go now. So we're going to start with this, and then we'll get into the GT500 cars. But this will be a warm-up for today, I guess.
Well, whoever had the Hito Speed, sorry for getting your hopes up, but it seems that this one is working, and it gets a chance.
Yeah, thankfully. That's fair at least.
Yeah. I mean, this is very, like, I like the looks of this car.
Yeah, the black and red is nice.
So, yeah, that is like the real color scheme of Advan team. They ran red and black cars. Or one case there was a red and blue Viper.
I haven't seen any, I don't recall any, like, Lamborghini copycats, because Lamborghini was in the series for the whole duration.
There are
a couple wedges.
The GT188 Arnold Pro Station Team Fuyisaki Javelin GT1 is a Lamborghini. It will come later.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it. When exporting the like the newest cars coming up for tomorrow, I was pretty impressed by some of the visuals. So we should see some good-looking cars.
Well, that's part of the reason why they're so highly. So many people voted for them.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole reason why we... Well, it's not the whole reason. Like, in this case, we had stats on the cards, too, so... People could vote for stuff with, like, very odd engines, like... coming up, there's a car representing the Displacement Junkies. I saw it.
Yes, there is.
I believe it's got a 9.8 liter, which is pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a while there, I believe it was front runner in largest displacement, but something did overtake it. But nevertheless,
Is it the largest displacement that actually made it in, though?
Yeah.
I guess that is true.
Well,
I-
157 for this car. That's not a bad
Mm,
lap. That's not a bad start to this either.
it's average.
Yeah, let's move on to the JAF GT500 cars.
And first one is mine. The number 57 gigawatt hours Sakura Racing NRX JF GT500.
Yeah, I remember seeing this one.
This should be
107 votes. Just barely made it to the top
Mm,
by 3.
yeah.
that. There were quite a few front runners
Mm-hmm.
in JF GT500,
Yeah.
which is good to see.
All right. So yeah, your car has a lot of intricate design. Is it based off of an actual car from the series?
Well, it is sort of a mix of Honda NSX and my own car creation called Sakura NRX.
Mm-hmm.
Which the Sakura is what got you to third place in fell races.
Yeah. Autocross.
Yeah, autocross. That's it.
And that is over 1 year ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while since he's done that. Has he done any events like that since then?
I don't think so.
There was a rally one, but I haven't been part of them.
Not part of the community?
Not really anymore. I had like 1 year off, and then when the Group B showcase was, I came back making things.
I see.
Yeah. So far, so good for this one, it seems.
Yeah,
I mean, we're back to the all-wheel drive cars, so I'm
yeah.
quite happy. It's a lot easier.
Hmm.
And that was some air on the bump.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was. I'm genuinely curious how many are gonna take off on this big jump.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are wondering about the differences between these ones and the ones we're running yesterday, these cars have a higher budget, double the budget. So,
They do have double the budget.
they should theoretically be better, at least, again, theoretically, they have more money in them. But that also means more power. These cars in particular are all limited to 500, which means that
Yeah.
all of them are around 500 horsepower.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We should
But
see
there
some
are-
faster times for sure.
Yeah, but in GT1 there are those that go over 1,000 horsepower, which is going to be interesting to see how well it does on the track.
Oh yeah, I'm very worried about it. That is a 143. That's the fastest time we have gotten ever on this track.
Well, that should be expected because it is a higher class car.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes with the rest of them, but that is so far the fastest time overall.
Yeah, good benchmark.
Can't even spell this one. SCOR. There we go. Oh,
Scorch.
yeah, it looks kind of similar to yours in the sense that it's, I think it's the same body, and it's got a huge vent on the roof as well. Oh, no, different
Hold
body.
on.
It's a Porsche body, but it's got the same vent on the roof, but
Oh yeah, that's that.
it's the Motorworks Blaze.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Scorch Motorworks Blaze. Excuse me.
Alright, let's give this one a try. I'm liking the all-wheel drive cars so far. I miss them from the last class. Oh yeah, I think what I might do this time as well, I might limit those GT1 cars to 3 runs, because otherwise we're going to be here all night. And that's
Maybe.
maybe
Yeah.
a bit too much.
One car I am myself like,
Looking forward to.
yeah, and that one is a very big competitor of mine, the number 20 T2 Rally.
Oh, the
When's that one
Tyrelli?
coming up?
Yeah, the car made by Otterfin, busy.
Oh, Buzzy. Yeah.
So yeah, and that car is definitely faster than mine.
Mm.
I tried it today, and yeah, it is faster than mine.
Oh, it should be
Uh-oh.
interesting. We shall see.
Well, all of these cars so far have been pretty fast. Surprisingly so. Ooh, catching some air on that final bump on the long straight through the trees.
But that we expected that to come
Yeah.
from at least a few of these.
No, we're getting up into the high power ranges now, so things
Yeah.
are getting a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah. It should be interesting. This is definitely going to be a more competitive
Oh,
class in terms of times.
well, unfortunately I didn't brake enough, so I'm gonna have to retry that run. But I must say, this car is very well balanced as well. Feels really good to drive.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. So, I don't know, let's see. We were talking about future showcases yesterday. We were coming
Yes,
up with
we were.
ideas for some.
Um,
But I'm
I
still.
was
Oh, what was that?
I was a bit thinking like doing the performance point thing, that we would make a formula where we would calculate the car's performance points and make
Yeah.
them cars for that. And I actually found a good way to regulate aero in that formula too.
How would you do that?
By the frontal area.
Front area with.
Frontal area in automation stats.
Oh,
Wings
okay.
add to that.
Oh, so the width. Thank goodness, I'm dying.
You may hear me cut out sometimes, and that is because I do have a cough. So if there are periods of silence, that's the reason, at least on my end. In any case, so far it does seem that these cars are balanced pretty well in terms of power distribution and aero.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking when you mentioned that before, the point system, we could do it based on how many like kilos of downforce they have. Whatever the unit is, I forgot exactly what it is, but
Well, it's either kilograms or pounds.
Yeah, but that has a problem because the kilos really don't translate into beam.
oh,
Yeah, that is a bit of a problem.
The frontal area is much like a better number to do that. Because the wings add to that. So if you have a large and a lot of wings, you will quickly give yourself a big modifier in your formula.
Yeah. Well, in
yeah,
any case,
well,
we already have over 50 people joining us, so
Oh, nice.
we're off to a good start so far.
yeah, I think maxed out yesterday we were at 120 or so, but towards the end it was around 50. But welcome everybody to the stream. This is part 2, so if you missed part 1, that's going to be out on Monday, and then this will be out on Tuesday. 146 is the time for that car, so your title has not been taken from you yet as first place.
That's good to hear.
Yep. I personally got a 127.5 with my car on this track. So,
A 127?
Yikes, that's a
Yep.
lot off of my time.
and Basic got a 125 with it. So yeah.
Wow.
That's
I guess-
How much of a difference skill
Yeah.
can make.
That's a
Yeah,
pretty
and-
significant difference.
Yeah, and I think Basic drove it with a wheel, I was on a pad. I
Yeah,
guess.
the wheel would definitely help.
Yep.
Just to be clear, we are doing JF GT500 and we are also doing GT1
Yeah,
today.
we'll be finishing it off today.
Yeah,
All the rest of the cars, as long as they work, will go.
as long as they work.
Yeah. But we only had one last time, and it worked today, so
That's
check the
good.
spreadsheet for the time.
Yep.
Didn't really make a difference, but it's good to have at least all of them going.
This is quite a yellow car.
Yeah, it is very yellow.
That sound is interesting.
Yeah, it seems to be... Okay, I'm gonna have to try it again, but this one seems to be... I mean, it's kind of in the name, but it's kind of a Nissan knockoff car. Or similar to Nissan.
Well, it does sort of look like a muscle car in a way. But be that as it may.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to represent the like GTRs that were in the series.
Perhaps.
Yeah, the front is a bit more GTR-ish.
Yeah.
Can we tell the viewers which what engine each car has would be really cool. Well,
If we could figure it out.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can just check the cards, I guess.
Yeah, you could check the cards.
yeah, that is one way.
I didn't want to
Hold on.
complicate the spreadsheet too much, so I just kept it to points.
Yeah.
But obviously all the cards are available, as well as all the cars are available if you wanted to check them out. I think the link for that is in the description, but I'm not sure.
I can check real quick.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the description just has the rules and the...
Scoreboard.
Yeah, scoreboard, that's it. So it's on the Discord if you want to check out all of the cars. Okay. Coming down fast at the end of that straight with a lot of these cars is just straight up dangerous.
A little bit slippery.
Yeah, really have to, like, engine brake and actually brake to try not to lock up down there and slide into the sand.
Someone takes issue with something on every single car from what I'm seeing. I don't know. I think they all look very good and they seem to be performing very, very well.
Yeah, these cars in particular are quite fast, so no complaints.
Yeah.
Buzi said that the NRX time was with a pad. Only he tried with the wheel was his and Newton, which both did 120.
That was Bursting Shadows. Actually, that person made a mod just for this showcase. It's one of the sticker mods. You should be able to find it. I think it was, what was it? Black Rock Shooter, I think it was? Something like that.
Yeah. The engine for the Scorch Motorworks was 2.8 liter inline 4 turbo.
Mm-hmm. And what about this one?
The Nitron J500. Well, we're on to the next one now, the Electi Jaguar GTC.
The Nisuro Nitron had 1.7 liter inline 6.
What kind of controller am I using? Somebody asked in the chat. I'm using an Xbox One controller. I prefer Xbox controllers just because I am used to it.
I see the creator of the Electi Jaguars in chat.
This one's got a lot of sticker detail. Looks really good. Actually, I like the back end as well. Lots of detail there.
Yeah.
I'll try and drive it good. So.
Yeah, I like the looks of this. Very, very nice the livery on this. Also, the engine is 2.9 liter V6 turbo.
V6?
So
yes.
It's a twin turbo V6.
Yeah. The engine in my car is a 3.7 liter V6 NA.
It should be interesting to see.
I'm interested to see if the forced induction update breaks all of our previously forced induction induced cars. Like, is it gonna just break every previous turbo car?
Probably.
Probably will. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an entire rework,
Yeah.
so yeah. But on the whole, it's a good thing. And I mean,
Hmm.
there are a lot of cars in our paths that we could probably improve on, as you have been doing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like to go back and improve my previous creations most of the time because they need a lot of improvement. But
Hmm.
like through comments and just through time spent with automation, I always learn more things and little tricks and stuff. So I try to apply that to every new car, and then as I learn things, fix the old ones.
He does have a steering wheel. He just can't use it yet because his desk isn't big enough.
Yeah, it's a very awkward situation, but my desk is like this small kidney-shaped thing, and my monitors are already too big for it, so there's barely enough room for my keyboard on here.
Just have to
Yeah.
wait for a new desk.
Pretty much. Which wasn't
Get
gonna
the
happen this weekend.
biggest desk from the IKEA you can get.
Yeah, just go to IKEA and say, hey, can I have the biggest desk you have?
I mean, I have a very big desk from IKEA. This has also the height adjustment, so
Yeah, that'd be ideal, but unfortunately, pretty expensive.
I mean, I'm sitting in my
well,
bed right now, so
it's the hand crank version, so it's
Oh,
not that.
okay, so it's not
It's
electric.
not the electric.
Yeah, because the electric ones are. Sorry, my voice is dying today. They're just kind of overpriced, I would think, for what they are.
Yeah.
But either way, I just
So the
need something.
next one is basically a mini.
Yeah, another one of the mini body cars.
yeah, this was the one I was trying to think of. And I mean,
It has a 1.8 liter V12 turbo, and it is a front wheel drive.
Oh wow, it's transverse mounted. Yeah,
Yep.
that's
oh,
this is gonna be interesting. Front wheel drive, transverse V12. Please no.
and sticker bombed, from what I can see. I
Oh
guess
wow,
that
the
there
real
are
spin
worse.
is insane.
Oh boy.
Okay, this one, oh, it even has a big 69 on the top. I think we're seeing a pattern here.
There's a connection.
Oh, well, it
uh,
works, I will say. It's just
well, that's
very
good to hear.
front heavy, as you can imagine.
Well, the thing is that you can't really spin it
Hopefully
because
not.
it is a front wheel drive.
The gears are incredibly long, from what I can see.
Yeah,
Yeah, not really suited for this track.
no, I was gonna say that it was a joke car at first, but it does get around the track pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's very, very front heavy. So it has very high brake bias to the front, I would imagine, so it'd have to be extremely careful. Otherwise, it's gonna do a face
Also,
plant. Gonna end up doing an
also
endo.
the front weight gives you a better turn in because there's more weight on the front wheels.
Well, it's also a
Yeah.
really tiny car as well, so.
Mm.
Well, the brakes are
Yeah.
getting hot. Ooh.
Some people are asking about a link to the Discord. Do you mind if I put that in the chat?
No, I don't mind at all. I probably should have put it in the description.
But let me grab it real quick.
But if you're looking for it and you need it right now, you can check out pretty much any video. It's in the description of all of my
Yeah.
recent videos. And it's also at the top of my channel, like where the links are, so should be able to find it.
Yeah.
This car has
there we
wheel
go.
spin in 5th gear. Like, there's just wheel spin in every gear.
Yeah, that's the adverse effect of front wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 158. Slow for its class, but, I mean, average for the rest of the cars that we've been racing so far.
Perhaps. Now,
Yeah.
this next one is the one that
Yeah.
Distrega fears most, I
Oh
suppose.
boy, I fear it also now.
Yeah. I really like the looks of this one though. Also, it has my favorite number on it, so I guess I have to give the points from that too.
All right. Well, let's see how it performs, I suppose.
23 is your favorite number?
Yes.
Oh, this one's got the McDonald's branding again. It is red and yellow. Also, I guess that could be shell as well. I mean, it does even have a shell on it, like shell gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buzzy's in there, I see.
Yep.
Yikes, this one is quick. I can already tell.
All right.
Very
Should
twitchy.
be fun. Uh-oh.
Well, we'll
Not
see
a
what
lot
I
of
can do with it.
stickers, but well placed.
Yep. Also, the blacked out front lights.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it does seem very twitchy, but nevertheless.
Extremely good
It's-
turn in on this car.
Yeah. The twitching is this adverse effect of high aerodynamics.
Yeah. A lot of aero.
Oh yeah, you need it though.
For this
Yep.
for this one, I mean it's working wonders from what I can see.
This might be my fastest lap. We shall see.
Oh boy.
Not going to be
Yeah.
a 120, but it should be pretty fast.
Under 140.
Hopefully. Let's see if we can crack the 140 with one of these cars.
I think that may very well happen.
Yeah. This is
Just-
very much faster than mine.
Just waiting for the jump. Not much air. Very
No.
little.
Yeah.
Lots of downforce.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
And
did
it's going
go
at speed.
a little slow in the foresty area after the jump. Probably a bit slow
Yeah.
there. Could have been a bit more aggressive, for sure.
Little two-wheel action on curbs.
Oh yeah. But that's a 138, so yes.
So
Yep.
yes.
417.
It's still a Finnish one on the lead.
Well,
There's still a Finn at the top,
Finland is
As
currently
it-
first and second.
as it probably should be.
In the Auto Olympics. Oh wait, we can't say Olympics, I forgot.
Oh, don't stir up the pot.
No, yeah, I thought that was like, it's pretty sad that they have such a stringent copyright that they don't allow that. But this car that we're doing now is BMC Javelin, totally carbon fiber. I am assuming that's done on purpose, but carbon fiber never seems to translate well in Beam. The aliasing is ridiculous. All right, let's give this wide lat a go.
Should be interesting. It does look interesting as well,
Oh
to say the
wow,
least.
yeah, it definitely does.
This sort of, to me, looks like more of a GT1 car than a GT500 car. Like
Should still
compared
be
to real
fine.
car. Yeah.
I don't think most people really were too particular about that. They just kind of went for the theme.
That's understeer.
Let's see how well this goes around.
Definitely not as quick as the last car. It's a bit of a
Yeah.
change, because this one
Lots
does
of
not turn
understeer.
as well
Yeah.
as that other car did.
That is very much understeer.
Yeah, I mean that's a problem that you always get with all-wheel drive. Just tuning properly for tuning the power distribution properly and using the arrow to your advantage.
Yeah,
It's trial and error.
I think I would
So-
suspect. Oh wow, this car needs some bigger brakes. I would suspect though that it's probably due to not enough front arrow on this one, because its front end is flying up if you look at it as we go over the jumps, or as I go over the
Yeah.
jumps.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
It's got a lot of
It's
back arrow,
pop-
but
yeah.
seems to be lacking in the
Yeah.
front.
Yep, it is popping a wheelie on the straight,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
loses the brakes.
Yeah, it does seem so.
The brakes are getting up to 700 degrees.
Yeah.
All of them as well, so they're probably all similar sized. Not going to be a slow lap, but it's not going to crush any records.
Yeah, not by any means.
Oh, come on. 151.
We see smoke from the brakes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Those brakes are straining.
they were cooking.
Yep. Yep.
That's what you get.
700 degrees.
Yeah, that's probably what you get with tiny brakes. I'm assuming that's what's happening here.
Yeah,
Actually, I would say that this car doesn't have like any brake cooling because
Maybe.
temperatures don't the temperatures don't go below 400 degrees.
Yeah.
It can't be carbon brakes because there weren't carbon brakes available for the time period.
Right.
Alright, next one up is the Tempesta GTJF GT500.
A little redundancy.
Yeah, lots of GTs. I like how it says GT500 on the back. Let's give this one a go.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I remember this one. It should be an interesting lap.
Sort of semi-Gulf livery
Yeah.
colors at least.
Golf Fuel, you mean? Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Well,
Immediately,
you know the Ford GT40,
Yeah.
Yeah.
blue and orange. Yeah, the Gulf livery.
No, that's classic. Classic colors.
Speaking of which, I still need to see Ford v Ferrari. I heard that it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either, but I was planning on it. It's not going to be in the theater
Yeah.
by the time I actually get around to it, though.
Yeah. Same. Yeah, but now it's gonna be Christmas time
Yeah,
stuff.
Christmassy movies and...
Yeah. Well, Star Wars too,
Oh, yeah.
as
No, they
always.
always release them around Christmas.
Speaking of Star Wars, who's keeping up with the Mandalorian?
I don't have Disney Plus, so can't watch it.
You're missing out on something good.
Well, I haven't watched Star Wars since the third
Since
Game
Revenge of the Sith.
episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. No, the Mandalorian is pretty darn good. I'm somewhat surprised, but then again, I mean, it's a flagship for Disney Plus, so they need it to do well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they would have to make it good.
This one is quite flying on the straights too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty quick.
No, these cars definitely, like, they need strong downforce, especially on those straight bits.
Well, with strong downforce limits the top speed,
I'm
but nevertheless,
gonna have to try that
You
one
need-
again. One out into the sand.
Yeah, the top speed limiting in a track like this isn't a real big deal.
Well, they wouldn't have known that. There's only one big straight and it's bumpy, so you can't even go that fast.
yeah.
Well, my car almost can get to its max speed to there.
I mean, we kept the track a secret for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad we chose this one. It's a pretty easy track, thankfully. So,
Yeah.
makes it easier for me.
It's
And
also a track with a lot of pedigree.
yeah. Like
So,
everyone who has played Gran Turismo games should know the track.
no, even people who don't play Gran Turismo games should know what this is.
Yeah, I mean you probably have heard it at some point.
I think I've
The
only
legend.
got 2 Gran Turismo games. Whatever one they have for PSP, and I think I have Gran Turismo 1 for PS1.
I have 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6.
Skipped over 3.
Well, I didn't have a PS2 back then, but
Mm.
the Gran Turismo 4 is a better game than the 3. So yeah.
Yeah, almost no point in playing it in that point,
Mm-hmm.
unless you're just trying to play the entire series.
Yeah, though the 4 had so much content that I literally finished it 100% few years back.
Yeah.
Like it's 3 or 4 years back when I finished it 100%.
145. Definitely a lot of cars in the mid 140s in this class.
And that is a new third place.
So while we're talking about old games, I was gonna bring up in the Forza Horizon video, but I'll bring it up now. Like I have Forza 2, Forza 3, and 2 copies of Forza 4, but those are the most recent Forza games I own until today, or until like last week when I got Horizon. So it's been a while.
I have never ever played a Forza game.
I haven't either until Forza Horizon 4, and that was just because, I don't know, just seeing a lot of stuff about it. It's been a while. I figured I'd pick it up. And, I mean, I do get quickly burnt out on many games, and I was expecting it to happen, but it's still fun. So,
This next car is by Oliver, or Olivier.
Olivier.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one. He's the one that made the other card for his own. I'm guessing we're going to see some good performance from this. I mean, actually, his
Yeah.
name's on the back. I just
Yeah,
noticed.
he put his own name on the back of it, so easy to tell whose it is.
Yeah. It is a very nice looking car, too.
Yeah, that it is.
It's very quick. Another one of those very twitchy cars. Kind of a loose back end on it though. Ooh. Yeah, you'll see that in a bit.
No, I'm waiting for it.
Goodness, I did the same thing where I drove over the grass again with this car. It turns in a lot more than I would have anticipated.
Yeah. There was the crash.
Yeah, just a bit of a crash.
Just a little bit.
I like how the wheel came back to hit it afterwards as well.
Yeah, but so far so good. I mean, I'm not seeing anything glaring, any glaring problems.
No, this one is very well put together. No doubt about that. You can tell when cars have a lot of time put into them.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. This is a top 3 contender.
Just see if I can get it around the track without hitting any rocks.
Once again.
Oh, goodness. Well, so much for that.
Guess. I was about to guess.
Did you hit a 3 on the straight?
No, I actually hit some concrete.
No.
Sort of a rock. Used to be a rock.
Yeah,
more solid rock. Well, that was an arm call. Actually.
Let's see. Stream has been going for 38 minutes now.
Yep.
Somebody asked about it.
Yep, we're not even a quarter way through, so we got a bunch of time left.
Yeah, we still have plenty to go through.
Not that many cars as yesterday, because the GT1s were a bit few cars low.
Yeah, I think they had 21 cars.
Yep.
So
yeah, there were only 21.
4 less cars, actually 3 less because we did do 1 extra one today. Actually 2 less because we did 1 less last time.
That's true.
I'm anticipating the GT1 cars are going to be a bit of a handful. So we'll see if that just takes more time. But these cars have been fast, so no issues there.
Yeah.
Quite a few problems being had with this one, though.
Yeah, it feels, I think the only issue I have with it is, like, it's very, it has very good turn-in, like the car that's currently in first, but the back end is a little light, so it's,
Yeah. It's a bit nervous to drive.
yeah, it
Yet
likes to jump
nerve-wracking.
around at the back, which is pretty, makes it easy to fly off the track.
Yeah.
I would say it is a bit too hard rear springs. Probably.
Perhaps.
Yeah, it's a bit
That was a
jumpy.
nice drift.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
that was never intentional.
That was some Tokyo Drift moments there.
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift moments.
Mm.
Alright,
Get
I
a
actually made
switch.
it to the straight, so I'm
There we
considering
go.
that a bonus.
Mm. Yeah,
Oh
I guess
my
we should.
goodness, every time. Okay, one more time with this one. Let's see if I can make it through.
I'm waiting to see what happens.
Well, the run with the massive Tokyo Drift is not going to be in the record books here, but I might end up having to do that again.
Yeah, you hit the inside of that corner because you lost the rear end.
Yeah, there is a little bit of, I dare say it's some oversteer from the looks of it.
Yep.
Perhaps some snap oversteer.
Yep, that's some snap oversteer.
Mm.
Because it's like it doesn't snap and then it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hope that it does get a decent time
Oh
after
my
all this.
goodness. So remember when I said it was the last time? We're currently 2 times after that. So
And that's a spin.
I'm choking on this one. Well, like I said, I'll implement a 3-run limit for the GT1s, but I'll just keep it to, like, whatever, just getting 1 fair run out of each of these for the JAF 500 cars. Mostly just because I don't want the stream to be 7 hours of me, like, just dying. Especially with those 1,000 horsepower rear-wheel drive cars.
7-hour crash compilation.
Basically.
Yeah, this is a fast car, but it has a bit of an issue with the snap oversteer.
Which is unfortunate because it looks great and a lot of time was put into it, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, same thing there. Lost the back, but onto the straight, so we'll go in. I think this would be an interesting one to try out with the wheel as well. See if it feels any different.
Perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to get some. I did make my car more understeering because it had some snap oversteer issues, so I made it more understeering. That made it the snap oversteer go away, but that also made it slower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta tune for the driver.
Yep.
And in this case it is our host.
Yep.
Well, I try my best, but that's all I can really do.
As Consider usually says, each car is driven with equal incompetence.
That's the gist of it. 146.
It's still a quick time.
Yeah. Slightly rough lap, but not the worst.
Yeah.
But
It's the fourth position now. One thing that would make you a better driver is also use the cockpit view.
Cockpit view?
Yeah, or bonnet view on this case.
Yeah, no, I'll be doing that when I have the wheel going, but
yeah,
it makes a little bit more sense, at least for stream purposes, for people to actually see the car. So
yeah, that's the thing. People want to see their cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like you put a lot of time into the design of it, but automation cars don't even have interiors, so we'd just be staring at the hood.
Well, if you would staring my car's hood, you would see some interesting aerodynamic things on there.
Mm.
We could probably do a showcase specifically for that, so people just dress up their hoods with things. Like put a big spoiler on there so you can't even see.
Maybe.
Or you know that car with the gauges on the front, on the hood.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
Well, it's like what my Sakuras, the older ones, which have the like a front wing on the front.
Yeah.
This one I did hide it into the bonnet, but it was like a part of the design for the in the well, not index, they're the hood exhaust things that are for the radiator.
Integrated wing design. I guess that's an
Yep.
excuse to have more aero.
Well, I made it look better. Not like some people who just put a massive wing into their hood,
Oh wow.
like inside it.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
twitchy.
car is pretty quick. I'm gonna go out and say this one will be hopefully top 4.
We shall see.
Oh, that was a really fast section as well. Goodness. If I can hold on to this, then this is gonna be a good run. Brakes are getting real hot, but they do cool
Yeah, I
down.
noticed.
It's just probably needs more. Bigger brakes, more brake cooling. I
Well,
would
my car
suggest.
had 100% brake cooling.
Mm.
Oh, this is quick. 142.
Ooh,
Oh, that puts me
that's
into third place.
yeah, that's second for the Nixon Xantax. I suppose that's it. What it is? GT500 JAF.
Yeah, goodness. SUIS. Okay, this one.
Swiss AMC JTC Berry Zunder JF
Goodness.
GT500.
Long name on this one.
Yeah, a bit of a
Yeah.
mouthful.
Uh,
Well, my car's name is still longer.
People are asking if I'm reading chat. Yeah, I am reading chat, but only when I'm not driving. So
Mm.
I'm trying to focus on the driving, so I'm not gonna like fly away reading the chat accidentally. I want to have some good runs. Don't want to have to redo them a bunch of times.
Mm.
Oh, this one's got some interesting design, including 5 back wings. No, 6.
Good.
Goodness.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're stacked here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back wings. Looks like an inline 6 at the back.
That is a lot of wings
Yeah, hopefully it
on
pays
the back.
off with some serious downforce at the rear. Oh,
We shall see.
That's like the amount of aero that would be totally hammered if we had implemented some sort of aero
Yeah.
regulations.
yeah, we just have to count the
Or
wings.
yeah, or the performance point thing. Like how I would implement it, it is the frontal area would be a multiplier for the other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a calculation of one of my ridiculous aero cars that has like of 5.7 square meters of frontal area.
Yeah.
Yes, normal car would have around 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people notice the little decal on the side of the window.
So
I
yeah,
remember talking to this person. They had a lot of difficulty getting this to work in beamng because the file was so big.
yeah.
This car is nuts. That's all I'm gonna say. The arrow
Nuts
is
in what way?
ridiculous. The arrow is ridiculous. You can tell there's the effect of the wings is definitely there. It's got
Yeah.
very heavy on the back, I would say, like arrow-wise, similar to that one car we were talking about before, where it was doing wheelies on the
Yeah.
straights. But the brakes are also just extremely strong. So you have to, like, if I just hit the brakes, this thing would just slide with the wheels locked.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Somebody said something about somebody putting through a Bugo. Somebody did put through a Bugo, and it got a 156.298
Yeah,
in the JGT 300.
they just remade the Bugo and threw it in.
yeah. Guess how much with the formula I created the car would have in performance points.
I'm
Say again?
guessing X class 999.
Well, that would be way over that.
Wait, what kind of scale are we talking about here? Is it thousands? Like, is a
It is
thousand
the
the max?
well, it actually compared to these cars, it would be like
Ooh,
or if we
140.
if we would calculate
140?
if we would calculate these cars as hundreds, so this would be around 4 to 600 ish. These GT500 cars.
Mm-hmm.
So on that scale, the car with the 5 square meters of frontal area would be 12,000 performance
12,000.
points. Yes,
Yikes.
Mm.
that's what you get from the multiplier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that last one I made a very good time with the 140.301.
Yeah, that one has a lot more in it. Um, I would
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest trying that one out.
Yeah.
Oh
That
wow.
puts me out of the podium. No.
I suppose.
Okay. Going from that car to this car, I'm okay. I just discovered that there's no collision on this barrier, but goodness, that's
Uh-oh.
interesting. This one's got a really low red line again, 5k RPM. Got probably a bigger engine in it, I would assume. Exactly 500 horsepower, according to Beam.
Mm. Interesting. Well, how many more do we have after this? So one.
Around half of the GT500s.
That would make sense.
Yeah, 13 JFGT 500, and then we have the 21.
Yes, I have been beaten. I am at
disappeared, so.
5th place currently.
Hang on. Let me see.
Or 4th.
So 143. There's first, second, third. Yeah, you're in fourth. Yeah, you're in fourth.
Yeah, 4th.
So yeah, that's off the podium, but
Yeah.
nevertheless a good performance from most of these cars.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Okay, let me try this one again.
I guess I will be in top 10, at least I hope.
Mm-hmm.
It would be still better than last times I have been in.
Well, we still have to run the other class as well, so
We do.
I don't
But-
suspect that those cars are going to be particularly quick unless they're easier to drive. I think it's going to be a similar situation to the GT2 cars that we ran yesterday.
Yeah.
Some of them were good, but others were like way behind in terms of time just because they were impossible to get around the track.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, this car is naturally aspirated, but definitely having a lot of issues going around corners.
Oh,
Um,
this is the nearly 11-liter V16.
Oh wow.
yeah, 10.8 liter V16 naturally aspirated.
Yeah.
Displacement junkies hero over here.
So this is the one that usurped the displacement junkie excuse me, the 9.8 liter.
Yeah, that one is interesting just because it has the name of the group on the back of it. But this one's a nice
Yeah.
subtle. Oh, by the way, I've got an 11
Yeah.
liter V16 in there, just so you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't really state it.
It does seem to be doing okay though.
Yeah, it definitely feels heavy. I'm assuming that it is quite heavy.
Hmm.
Like an 11 liter V16 that only makes 500 horsepower is
Well, there's a lot of torque,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
no doubt.
No, the
I
torque
mean,
is insane.
this engine only revs up to 5,000 RPM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the peak torque is 1,035 Newton meters at 1,000 RPM. So that will
That's
be like at idle.
yeah. That's onset pretty quick, but still a little bit slower than the rest. Quite a bit slower than the rest of the field,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it struggles against some of these like very light and fast cars. Uh Seeing as it's
Mm.
got such a huge engine. Well, 75 people here, or 79, sorry. Welcome to the stream. We're just getting going. Halfway through the JF 500 cars, the JF GT500 cars. Up next is the Vestfield Ultima. Nice
Yeah.
orange and blue color. This one, I don't know why, this one gives me some like Holden vibes. It's kind of like the Chevy SS, but the obviously the Australian version.
The color is a bit like one of the British touring car Mondeos.
Perhaps. So actually, we do have a Australian as a moderator. I wonder if he showed up here so he can make a determination.
I think
I
I
think he
saw
is
him.
here.
I think I saw him at one point at least.
Yeah, I did see him somewhere.
Does he have a car in this race?
Yes, he does. GT1,
uh that's gonna be
as far as I'm
interesting.
aware. Yeah. But, I mean, I have faith in his ability.
Yeah, we'll see.
We shall see.
Well, we went from a 5k rev limit to a 9.5k rev limit, so times have changed.
Mm. Yeah, there he is. T6, that will be released on Monday, the stream for GT300.
So yeah, you'll be able to catch up on the progress. You can see your time in the spreadsheet if you want a spoiler, but yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm putting it out on Monday is so things aren't too cluttered this weekend with the stream and the VODs as well. But that
Yeah.
means that there'll be a video out, because the
Yeah.
streams are coming out Monday, then Tuesday, and then an actual automation video on Wednesday, and then another My Summer Car video on Saturday. So it's going to be a busy week.
Yeah. We have up the
Well,
this field. Just looking up cars. People asking about the engines. This is an inline 4 2-liter turbo.
Yeah, it
For
feels.
those who are wondering.
Well, being such a high RPM engine makes sense to be a small one. I'd like to see somebody put in a 12k RPM V16 though. See if they can get that up to 500 horsepower.
I guess you could do it quite easily.
Maybe with more budget. Although 120k, you could put up the quality sliders quite a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the engine, but
I mean, we allowed for such a big budget because there will be a lot of power
oh yeah. No,
going behind these
I just hope that people put that budget into the wheels, because things are
into
gonna
the
get
right
dicey
place.
here.
Yeah.
That's a 153.062.
Suffered a little bit, perhaps.
Yeah, that one's a little slow. Um, it just feels a little slow in comparison to the cars we've been going up against so far.
Yeah. Well, we now have. This is the car where the mod was made specifically for this. I hope it works, because he was having difficulty making it work in Beam.
Oh,
But
with
this is
all
the new.
the graphics?
Yeah, this is the Newton JF Metacore GT500. I hope I'm saying that right.
At least,
Yeah, this is the
there was
only
the.
this is the only car you're gonna see, I think, that has
Oh no, they do work.
anime girls on the side of it and on the back as well.
So it does work.
It does work. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
surprised when I saw this, but it does indeed work.
it has like a white box on it, but it
Yeah.
still works.
Yeah, it's definitely not a like PNG transparent background, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
whoa.
problem that he was having, I believe.
Well, the Itasha quota is complete.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we're
I
good
suppose.
on that now. Oh goodness.
Alright, let's see. What engine does this have? This is a 2.7 liter inline 5 turbo.
It's fast. I'm not gonna deny that.
It should be interesting.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, I think we might have exposed why it's so fast. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wings. One of them massive and on the inside of it. Very interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Check that out when you see it. On the
When you
stream.
Oh, good
when
grief.
you
Yeah, they
when you
just.
crash it. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
it
fly
just went
off.
like confetti.
We've
Oh, that's a
exposed
big one.
the hidden
That's
wings
a
on the
real big
inside.
one. That's a real big one.
Wow.
No wonder it feels like it's glued to the ground.
Well,
So this.
that would definitely ruin your performance points numbers in the new thing.
Yeah, this is why we're not. We don't plan on limiting the number of wings, because it's just so easy to hide them within the body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That is a massive wing, but it works. Like goodness. It's weird that the physics work like that, but
I guess that's the why the frontal area is a good way to add a modifier, because
Would
the
it
bigger
suppose.
wing, it counts. I checked it today. Bigger wings equal bigger frontal area, so that would be a bigger modifier.
even ones that are hidden in the body?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Everything.
See, if you know the
Even
tips and tricks on Beam and also automation, then you can pull off stuff like this.
actually even mirrors add that.
Do they?
Yes.
Well, may as well just take those off then on race cars. Don't even need them.
Well, what if we say as a rule that you have to have mirrors because race cars have to have mirrors?
Maybe they would just put the smallest style mirrors then?
Or actually, Honda NSX had a rear viewing camera, so yeah. It didn't
Perhaps.
have mirrors.
Yikes. Well, I kind of went off track a little bit, but I think this is still going to be a good time.
Because the real
Well, it looks like
NSX
I'm
didn't
redoing it
have
anyway.
a rear window. Yeah, I was saying that the real GT500 NSX didn't have a rear window. Because it had the engine intake on the top of the roof. So the whole rear window was made out of carbon fiber. So you can see through of that. And that was impaled on the catch fence.
Well, I mean, we've had discussions on the downforce situation, so
Yeah, we have.
I mean, we've talked about it quite a bit today, and we talked
Yeah.
about it quite a bit yesterday. So it's clearly a point of contention among us rule makers.
Yeah, it's something that's hard to police, so
Yeah.
like we can use that front area, but then it's just another thing to keep track of, and our rules just get longer.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a part of a calculation.
Yeah,
We could give out the formula and for
Mhm.
people, and they can calculate it into the formula and see what class they would go into with the numbers.
Yeah.
We should clearly specify what numbers we are looking for.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, if we do it like that, then we're gonna have to have separate classes based on numbers, right? Just
Yep.
like Forza, I think Gran Turismo does the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We should move on to do it like from the performance point style thing from Forza and Gran Turismo.
yeah.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Well, this car is going to win 137.
Good grief.
149. Well, it's currently in first in this class. I think those wings are definitely helping. But they are
Yeah.
not cheating, for those of you who might be wondering. There's nothing in the rules limiting that.
Not for
That
this
is
one,
a
but it is.
perfectly acceptable strat in this showcase, but we might change that in the future.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
it's something that lesson learned for next time round.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as these get more popular and more competitive as well, especially if there's a prize involved, then people are going to be like, they'll be going to their fullest extents to
Yeah.
get things. So this one we have a very clearly inspired by the R34. Let's give this one a shot.
Yeah. This is very, very the Calsonic Blue number 12 car.
This one.
Yikes.
The name Sukairin. It's like a play of the how skyline would be said in Japanese. It's Skyline.
Oh, I see.
It's like a
Oh, perhaps.
play on that.
Skyline with a Japanese accent.
Mm,
Yeah.
perhaps. This one does sport a 3.2 liter inline six turbo engine.
It's quick. Definitely not as planted as the last car, but I don't think it has the full inner wing situation that the last one did.
No.
Still, though, very, very fast, very well controlled, and getting a lot of air on the jumps, which is a little spooky. Ooh, almost lost it. Goodness.
Is it all-wheel drive? It should be.
I would
Most
assume
of
it
these
is.
in this. Yeah, it's all-wheel drive.
Mm.
Yeah, the difference between the JAF and the regular GT series is that for JAF you're allowed to use any drivetrain, and we saw an example of that mostly with all-wheel drive, and we did see some rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive, especially that Mini. But for GT1 and GT2, it's only rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Well, I lost a wheel, so I'm going to try that again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Just seeing it roll around.
Unfortunate.
Also one thing, we could implement like a multiplier for the different drive types, so
Perhaps.
that the rear wheel and front wheel drive versions get less of an impact from the into the performance points for being rear wheel drive or front wheel drive, because they need more the budget of performance points to be competitive.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Well, all-wheel drive is definitely, like, all-wheel drive is king. All-wheel drive is the best in terms of control. At least for somebody like me who has a hard time with the rear-wheel drive cars. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we actually could, like, sort of ditch the money budget too.
Well, maybe we can use money as a piece in the calculation.
yeah, budget goes into the total.
Yeah,
But that's getting complicated. Like, this is going to need a
it
spreadsheet
is.
calculation for every car.
Well,
Well,
if we're willing to put in the work, then
yeah.
it's viable.
I mean, that's what we are actually like. Well, I am actually like planning on doing it. It would like include the car's power to weight ratio and the drive type and frontal area and other variables,
Yeah.
probably. Also, we could use like modifiers in every number if we want to give an emphasis on or reduce emphasis on one particular stat.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. Alright.
Having some difficulty?
Around the last corner, needless to say, I almost forgot to turn. But we got a 140. Oh, wait. Did I just delete a time?
Let me see.
I might have just deleted a time. Rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it back.
Okay.
147.490. Alright.
There you go.
Not terrible, but 10 seconds slower than that last car with the tricky aero bits. On to the Honda NSX. Very obvious inspiration. Okay, I mean, it does literally look like an NSX, so we'll take that.
Yeah, this is Frankie's, I believe, in the Discord server. This is Frankie's.
So somebody asked, why not have the submitter do the calculations?
Because people can mess up the calculations.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's not that we don't trust you, it's just that we want to be perfectly fair, and
Absolutely certain.
doing it ourselves would mean that it's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
Shall see how this
this
goes.
one is literally the NSX, so okay. Bit of a rough attempt there. Let me try that again. Oh yeah, somebody's pointing out the new open beta might have messed with Arrow, so you might be able to.
But that's not with the wings themselves. That's with the actual fixtures actually taking some effect, from my understanding of the situation.
Yeah, we'll have
I
to
could
see
be
what they
wrong.
do. Like, the next showcase isn't going to be for more than a month, so
Yeah.
times can change. Like, that forced induction update will hopefully come in that time. Things might change in automation as they do.
As they usually do. It'll be interesting to see how the forced induction rework comes into play.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, especially the superchargers, as I was saying yesterday. It's gonna be fun to, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun to mess with that. Probably gonna end up supercharging a bunch of different things just for fun. Just like supercharged Bugo, just along with the turbo. Because why not?
Twin charging.
It's like we could sort of do like the Group B again.
Maybe.
Because that was the maybe later next year do the Group B again with the forced induction things.
Yeah.
Because there were like twin charge cars like the Lancia S4 and superchargers on like the Lancia 037.
Yeah. Yeah. Last I heard, it was going to be Christmas time that they're going to put it out. But even if not, I can totally understand, because it's something very, I suppose, contentious.
I don't think there is quad turbos.
No,
I would like quad turbos too.
But I don't think it's happening this time around.
No.
Quad turbo V16, that would be a
Yeah, we can dream.
how much power you can get out of that
Yeah.
biggest V16 with the superchargers and the quad turbos.
Oh yeah, there we go.
10,000 horsepower?
10,000?
Maybe.
Okay, I don't know about 10,000. Gonna end up
I
knocking
guess
your way to
I
10,000 in that case.
I guess it's probably it's over 9,000.
Perhaps.
So that last car was a 142.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick. This next one, oh yikes. Well, it seems like as we're getting to the lower end of this list, the cars are actually getting faster generally. Except for maybe the second last one that I've done.
Yeah, this one's using the hill climb diffuser, as we've seen. A hill climb showcase would be kind of interesting. We could do, but that would take a while to get through all of the. Take a while to get through all of the cars, unless we found a short track.
Well, Pikes Peak is like a 15-minute track, so
Exactly, and even Devil's Playground is like 2-3
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 minutes. I mean, if we limit cars into like 50, then it would be okay.
yeah.
Perhaps.
I mean, like this track is a 2-minute track, and it's taking 4 hours to get through 50 cars, so
Yeah.
just have to sort of time it based on that.
Split into 2 groups.
Yeah.
Like, I know before we did that one showcase with way too many entries a long time ago, and that's sort of
No, that was the Group B. We had 3 days of 5-hour streams, and we were just miserable by the end of it.
It was bad. Like, it's good to involve everybody, but it just doesn't make sense as somebody who actually has to like sit through and drive all these cars. It just becomes not fun after a while, and obviously we don't want that. I think like 2 4-hour streams in 2 days is manageable.
Yeah.
And so that's why.
I guess it could be like done. You know how the fail race did, and it was like every Friday drive of 4 cars, and then while sometimes there was a stream and drive some amount of them cars.
Yeah.
We don't want to make people wait too long on them. That's my biggest concern.
Well, like going through that many cars, say I did 5 cars in a video or something like that, and gave them a bit more time. If there were 100 submissions, it's gonna take a while, especially if it's just once a week. So
yeah,
I think like for him, he was just not expecting to have that many submissions, and that's why he ended up using the same formula, but then having to get through them with streams. I don't want to force it.
And in the end, they weren't all cars weren't even driving because they became broken and because of game updates.
Yeah, it's just takes too long. I'd rather, like, I like doing it in a big batch like this. It just makes more sense. And it kind of has to be weekends as well, just because I don't have time to stream like this during the week.
yeah,
So we're limited in that way.
yeah. The circumstances just don't allow for.
Imagine doing that kind of showcase on the Nürburgring.
Yeah.
Well, if it's the GP circuit, then it's not that bad. But if it's the Nordschleife, then it is bad.
Well, any long track or difficult track is going to be a pain, so I try to pick ones that are easy to do a bunch of times. Like, if you think about it, I'm going to end up doing over 100 laps of this track, so gotta have a good one. Wow, I really locked it up at the end of the straight there, my goodness. But I was about to die, so I kind of had to.
Man, this sickness is just wreaking havoc on me.
Hopefully you can get well soon.
Yeah, hopefully I just had a coughing fit again.
What sort of remedies do you have for that? Like, when you get into this kind of sickness, what do you usually do?
What do I usually do? Wait it
Yeah,
out.
just wait.
Sleep.
I see.
Yeah, if it gets bad, uh go to CVS or Walgreens or some pharmacy and grab something to ease
Like a
the
like soothing
yeah.
thing. Oh, okay.
I always take some medicine into that kind of things.
Mm. We now have the Nexus FR2 JF GT500. Wonder if it is that placement of engine. We shall see.
FR2. Oh,
Yeah,
rear
or
engine.
FR.
Rear engine looks like a V6. Yeah, V6 twin turbo rear engine.
Yeah.
Should be a good car to drive. Somebody was asking how can I get Flux to try my car? These were all pre-submitted a while ago,
Yeah,
so
these were already submitted.
yeah, you've got
Like,
to if you want to.
yeah, about a little over a week ago.
So if you want to get me to drive, actually I think it's 2 weeks ago.
No, it was 2 weeks ago. That's right.
Yeah, if you want to get me to drive your car, you should join the Discord, and then join in on the next showcase in probably a month or so, maybe 2. We'll see.
Mm.
I don't expect
Yeah.
that we'll do another one of these in January, but we might start like getting the processes going in January, like the submission starting. I would guess.
Yeah, well, we'd have to decide what the next showcase should be.
Yeah, we haven't decided
So,
that yet. Obviously, we're doing
no, we
the current
haven't.
one, so
You can,
Yeah.
people can give ideas what the next showcase could be.
Yes, we do have a channel for that in our server. We do have a channel for those suggestions.
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's good to hear
Um.
what people actually want to see. So
Yeah.
One
One
idea.
person keeps suggesting K car.
and eventually we will do one, but in what
Eventually.
capacity I do not know.
One idea I really like is the RGT.
Yeah, no, that was a recent one. That is an interesting idea. And it's been a while since we've done an off-road.
or rally showcase. It would be
Yeah.
like rallying but with supercars. So I would be making a Sakura NRX for that.
What if we
Making it.
do like truck rallying? Because we haven't done any truck
Ooh.
showcases before.
Like Paris Dakar, sort of.
Oh, yeah, maybe Dakar.
Yeah, basically. I know there are some big bodies in automation that can be used for that. Some recent
Yeah,
ones as well.
that's not a bad idea.
Paris, Da- Paris, Da-
145.
Paris Dakar NRX.
See, this is where people are going to submit cars in a truck rally. We'll
Yeah.
have to figure that
I mean,
Only pickup trucks or utes. Only.
Well, Ute is a
well,
car, right? So
if you think what cars in Paris Dakar is, there's like Land Rovers and such.
SUVs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could make a sort of a Toyota Hilux
Yeah,
clone.
that'd be cool.
The Hilux is very. I mean, from watching Top Gear so much, it's very hardy.
Yeah,
Yeah, those old ones for sure.
I guess I could make a Sakura sort of named, sort of a knockoff Hilux.
Perhaps.
What is our Discord? It's
I sent the link.
yeah, it's somewhere in the chat. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. It's just Automotive Flux. That's the Discord. You can actually look it
Yeah.
up. I believe it is public, so you can just find it online.
Somebody has brought up the debate of forward wheel drive versus rear wheel drive. I have to say, rear wheel drive is probably better. And I mean, Top Gear described the situation before, the difference between oversteer and understeer. So, and oversteer is usually preferable.
Yeah. Oversteer you can more easily
work with it.
Yeah. Because if you understeer, well, you can't really apply brakes, because if you apply brakes, well, that just overdoes the problem, because you have already lost the front end grip.
Exactly. It just compounds the problem.
So most of these cars, because they're all-wheel drive, are going to be suffering from understeer. I believe, yeah. So
Whoa!
he lost it a little bit there on that last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. This car is one of those really it runs out of grip, but it's really twitchy.
Yep, this has some snap oversteer.
It does seem so.
The MR2 syndrome.
Goofy, we sort of already had a light runner showcase. That was the Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Granted,
Like
it's
that one was in the dark as well, so all the glow
yeah,
sticks and everything that were used
yeah. Well,
got to shine.
the glow sticks mod didn't exist back then.
Yeah, light bars, I guess. I'm not even sure what they would use for, like the little details. Like Will, last time he had a like very interesting design on his car, put a lot of
He
effort
did.
into it. Um,
Yeah.
but it actually glowed, so it's cool to see.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the showcases that we've done have been ever since we sort of began this system. It's been pretty good, and this channel has obviously grown quite a bit since then.
Yeah,
I imagine that's for a good reason.
yeah. I'm not sure. Like obviously these community events are a big part of the channel, and I obviously want to keep doing them. But
Yeah.
Different classes for RVD and AVD. Well,
We sort of have this already for this one.
yeah, but when we kinda are planning to do on the performance points thing, and we can do give the all-wheel drive cars a penalty for being all-wheel drive, or the rear-wheel drive and front-wheel drive car a relief for being that two-wheel drive type. So
Perhaps.
yeah,
and then
you
we give
could.
a bonus for four-wheel drive cars, 4x4.
Well, depends on the showcase, I suppose.
Minus 100 points for using 4x4.
Well,
40-second run there, 140.
I guess for
Ooh, that's a good time. That puts it in. Let's see. That puts it in second place.
Yeah, no,
wow,
that's
Just.
Wait, so we've got a 138 and actually it's third place because there's a 137 and a 138, so it's third.
Oh, sorry.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, third.
137. Forgot about that. Third place.
Goodness, there are some quick cars in this batch though.
Absolutely.
I am sliding down.
That's what
I
happens.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the problem when you go first.
Yeah, well you weren't the first of the day, but ooh, okay. This is a long lad Porsche. Let me try that again.
It is very long. That it is.
And rear end looks a bit weird because it's so long.
Yeah, it does, kind of, doesn't it?
Well, one thing for sure with this is I'm a lot more comfortable driving and shifting, which is a good thing.
Yeah, had practice yesterday.
Yeah. So these
Yeah.
cars.
And that's why we did the slower ones first,
Yeah,
so we could ease into it.
definitely. Like it's good practice to try with those, especially starting with the JAF cars first, being all-wheel drive. Like if I
Yeah.
started with the GT2 cars, I think it would have been a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, just never getting into the groove, into
Pretty
the
much.
yeah.
Well, at least there is still a Finnish person on the podium.
Yeah, it does seem so.
Actually, I think was the last car third? The
Hang on.
SPR.
Yeah,
This is
it's third.
third. So then there's two.
Oh, I suppose.
Oh my goodness.
Because the
So somebody's asking,
maker of the SPR is Finnish too.
somebody's saying a Lemons showcase with a super low budget.
Oh yeah, the lemons. That could be interesting, but I don't know.
Problem is that
That'd
you
be
real. What is the like budget in lemons?
well for
$500, I
lemons.
think.
Yeah, for lemons it's $500.
We can't do that in automation.
Yeah, that's just not possible.
But we could modify it, maybe 5K or whatever. I
Perhaps.
just think it would limit a lot of the choices that people have.
Yeah.
And then if you don't make it low enough, then the cars will be too quick, and it won't really be in the spirit of it.
Yeah.
But Lemons is cool because, like...
It's so wacky.
Yeah, pretty much. You could just put, like, a big lawn chair on top of your car or something, and it would fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that Lemon's $500 budget, but you can't get cars under $500 in automation. That is just impossible with the game.
Yeah. As far as we're aware.
Even if you put minus 15 on everything.
Yeah.
That'd be good to test, see what kind of, like, the cheapest possible car you can make is.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing bodies inherently have expenses as well, so...
Yeah.
You'd have to find the cheapest body.
Yeah. And that at that point it just becomes tedious, so...
Yeah, I think so.
There is a level of tedium that you can endure for the result, but that's a level where the result would just be disappointing, in my opinion.
Well, I kind of like some stage of
Difficulty.
Yeah, I usually do a lot of work when making the cars in the showcase.
So up next, we have the NC S230F JF GT500.
I think this is not crosses. I think.
Doesn't have any memes on it, so I don't know.
Oh, I guess I think so. At least the NC would kind of go with that.
Oh yeah, true.
And I guess, yep, it is
guess,
not crosses.
Yeah, not cross. Did team up with another moderator on our server, Dank Wemfu.
Yeah.
They did team up.
Well, it sounds like a spaceship, but
let me see what engine it has.
Limiting engine budget is hard because there isn't a cost for engine. There is only material cost for the engine.
And we always look at approximate cost.
Like the cost that takes when you make it, not the materials.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is that we don't want to make the cars too hard to review either.
Yeah.
Like if it takes 20 minutes to look at each car and like go through all of it, then it's going to be hard to review them all. So they need to be relatively quick. So most of the stuff that we look at is on that final page.
Yeah. Again, it's the level of tedium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, for what we did for this showcase, we took the Overlord took a picture of the engine power graph and the test thing, that the bottom parts of the test statistics and the end card. That was all the information we needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just mean, like, in terms of qualifying for the rules.
Yeah. I mean, that's the, like, if we do
Oh my
with
goodness.
the
This car is
performance
hard to
point.
drive.
Like that's enough information that if we do it with the performance points thing, that you just pop them into a Excel or Google Sheets and make a formula, and then you can just add all the numbers there, and
Hmm.
then you can just drag it down from the formula, and it automatically calculates everything from the
Yeah.
things. Kind of using Excel cracks down the time on that.
Uh, Goofy's asking how was the Bia Spirit? That one did not do very well, did it? Very
Um,
a lot of oversteer and a lot of wheel spin, from my understanding,
the
from
front wheel
yesterday.
drive. Oh, from yesterday. Yikes! I
Yeah.
do not remember the cars from yesterday.
Uh,
Unfortunately.
so I guess you have to wait until the stream comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, the VOD will be up tomorrow, so you can see.
Yeah, Bia Spirit is the slowest of all cars.
Oh,
So is it? Let me see.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it is 227.
yikes.
Which
Well, we
is
didn't have
like,
any 4-minute times this time, but
mm,
230 is
This time
pretty
around.
slow.
like 227 on Trial Mountain is like a crawl.
Like a stock Golf driving it?
I mean, you would drive faster with the stock Golf.
Perhaps.
1.8 liter Golf. Well,
I
I think
guess
that
you
one might
would
be able to come down to me, so I can't say too much.
Yeah, I mean, I guess your car would have been better in a rally if it was Group B. Then it would be like if it had a 400 horsepower and rear-wheel drive, then it would be like a slap bang Group B rally car.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a 147. Next one is the RR.
Oh, this is the displacement junkie representative.
I see.
Should be interesting to see how this goes.
Only 3 left in this class, and then we'll be moving on to the next ones. We're making really
And
good
they're-
time.
Yes, we
Oh,
are making good time.
I love how it says GTI or GT1, and then it's crossed off. It says JAF GT500, and then add to the displacement junkies. See, this is the kind of pride that's good for the for your fellow mates in your group on the Discord. Oh, and
Absolutely.
underneath the hood, a massive, what is that, a V12? Looks like it's
Let me
possibly a V12,
check.
V10, somewhere in there. It's big either way. Yikes.
V10, yes, 10 liter.
10 liter V10.
9.8 liter V10. I do have to say I like the look of this one.
Oh yeah,
It's,
the arrow is really on point on this car.
Yeah, I mean, it's wacky, but it fits for some reason.
Yeah, the only thing that really bothers me is people using diffusers at the front.
Oh, yeah.
Diffusers at the front are not a thing. Also, why the you know the fixture, the hill climb front splitter, that would be the real term. That it is called a diffuser. It is not a diffuser, it is a splitter.
A soft rant.
That is the real term.
Very passionate about the fusers and splitters.
Yeah.
Well, this one's got a very low 4,500 RPM limit, but my goodness, it is quick either way. That torque
It has
is
a lot of
ridiculous.
845.
It was originally going to be a GT1 car, and I guess he had to limit it to 500 horsepower to put it in the JF 500 limit.
Now, somebody said that the engine is weighing it down. It actually weighs just above the minimum that we have set. which is 1,100 kilograms. It sits at 1,171 kilograms.
Yeah, keep in mind
So,
this engine is naturally aspirated, so
yeah,
no money on turbos means you can make the car lighter.
yeah.
Well, I did notice one funny adverse effect of using NA. Actually, you can, if you use NA, you can make the engine more expensive than a turbo.
147 with the big 9.8 liter V10.
So
The
definitely
race,
surprisingly competitive.
Yeah, very much just average,
mm,
like for this
yeah,
class.
But
147.
for something so out of the ordinary, it actually packs a punch.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we were talking about yesterday with that one asterisk in the rules, where that
mm,
the Viper was allowed to have an 8 liter V10.
Yeah,
yeah,
Same idea here. It's competitive even though it's kind of off the scales a little bit.
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, what I was trying, what was I was saying that race headers cost a fortune.
Oh,
race
Have you?
headers.
Yes,
yeah,
Mm,
because you
in
would
the
have
X.
cast if you had turbos. So
Yep. For turbo, you have no option that you use the cast
right.
short. The race headers cost a fortune. That cost more than a twin turbo setup.
I'd just
oh
like to ponder for a moment how long it took to make those bubbles
yeah,
on
really. Uh,
on
that's
the
why I
car.
paused on them because they are like very well detailed. It's almost like a Sprite car, sponsored by
Yeah,
Sprite.
sponsored by Sprite.
This one is quick though, and it revs up to 10k. The exact opposite of what we just drove.
Yeah, you know that's one thing that a lot of people that a lot of people want. They never say it, but they want it. Is to have a higher RPM limit, and because you want those F1 engines, but the developers did say that they what they want is they want a car company tycoon. They don't want a car racing tycoon.
Which is kind of unfortunate because I would assume that most people who play automation don't even do the campaign.
Yeah,
they're in for the sandbox.
they
Um,
are in for the
Yeah.
sandbox.
as am I. So
Same, and I would like to have that 20k RPM Cosworth V8 from 2006. I want to make that in automation.
let's
Yeah,
put that rev limit up to 24,000.
yeah.
Hear us, automation devs, please.
It's never gonna happen, but
No,
golly, do we want it to happen?
Yeah.
I want to make some motorcycle engines.
Mm,
Well, even 15,000 would be okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
Because I could still make a modern V6 F1 engine or 2006 V10. There was one V10 if you didn't know that in 2006 in the F1. It was
um,
used by the Toro Rosso. It was a loophole in the rules that the new teams
mm,
were allowed to have a limited to 15,000 RPM V10s.
mm,
yikes. But that bubble car managed a 145, so pretty good.
mm. Yeah,
Last car in JAF GT500 is loaded up. No issues with any of these cars, thankfully. But we're going to be crowning a winner soon. Let's see if this car can take that podium, I wonder.
yeah. Like I said, the only reason why we're not getting such high rev limits is because it's not ordinary for consumer vehicles,
Yeah, no, it's
which
way out of the ordinary.
which is a shame because
Mm,
they're
well,
right. They're right.
yeah. Some super and well, those interesting super and hypercars do have Formula One derived engines.
They do.
Like like the new Mercedes, whatever its name was. I don't remember what the name it was, but it has the current Formula One
Yeah.
V6. and the hybrid system from that car.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nuts.
It's just not completely ordinary. And I mean, hypercars are not ordinary either.
Yeah.
But they are part of the markets. So
Yeah.
They exist, they're just not common.
yeah, not common enough to make
Yeah, not common enough to justify.
AMG one, yeah, that one.
There are some cars with F1 derived tech, like some of the Maseratis with Ferrari designed engines and
yeah.
F1 gearboxes,
Pneumatic valve trains. Like, was it Koenigsegg?
Yeah.
Pneumatic valve trains is, well, that's the key why they have so high rev limits in the Formula 1.
Yeah.
The valves are pneumatic, they have pneumatic springs instead of a normal coil springs because they would have so much valve float that you just would wreck the engine.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's a 137. Well, not for this car, but our best car is indeed a 137.
We shall mark that.
Yeah,
Yep,
I got
there it
that
is.
marked. The Newton JAF, you are currently in first for this class. Very close second,
you are.
going to... Actually, it's not even that close. It's more than a second away. The Tyrelli Team Sirius. But anyway,
Yeah.
on to the GT1 cars. These ones do not have any votes because there weren't enough of them to vote on. This
Exactly.
class
Yeah.
was the least entered class of the bunch. That doesn't mean it's the worst, though. It's probably going to be the hardest to drive. Let's go with these rear-wheel drive monsters.
Yeah.
All
first
German
one-
cars need.
The first one
All
should
German.
be interesting though because it's very well thought out.
Yeah, this is basically a Diablo.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got the longest name out of any of them, so... Goodness.
Number 88, Arnold's Pro Station Team, Fujisaki Javelin GT1 JGTC 05.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about it. But let's take a look at it. It looks good. It really does look the part.
Yes. And we've discussed this before about fitting the theme. This most certainly fits the theme. It's gorgeous. I'm going to throw it out. It is well designed.
Oh,
Hopefully.
I mean, this is very much like looking like the Nomad Diablo. Well, it has even the same number 88.
So
well,
how much horsepower? 763.
yeah, we're kind of into the high power numbers here.
We are.
We're getting into cars that are, at least in my books, just completely dangerous. Oh, the rocks are calling to me there, but no go this time. This car does not drive like it has that much power, though. It, as I say that, I'm
Planted.
immediately spinning. It feels pretty planted. It feels like it's
Good.
got well-appointed arrow, which is good.
It actually
Bit
understeers.
understeer. Yeah, understeer. It's quite bad understeer.
Pretty bad, yeah.
I'm just going
And then
based on the
there's the-
previous experience in GT2.
And
but
that's oversteer.
Yeah, there you
And
saw
it's a
that
spin.
there.
Understeer into oversteer. That's the one I most hate when I drive cars. The cars that understeer into the corner and when you go to power they oversteer out. I prefer oversteer in and understeer out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty bad beat, and that's actually forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's somewhat hard to fix. To get it
Yeah.
down.
no, it's hard to drive with that as well.
Yeah.
As you
As
can
we can see.
by another
Yeah.
crash.
There it goes.
Yeah. I'm having issues, but I'm
Into the
still getting
trees.
it. Just taking some time here. Got to adjust to this class again. These rear-wheel
Yeah.
drive cars are a lot more challenging to drive, and they require a lot more caution than the all-wheel drive ones and front-wheel So
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would
And
require a wheel to drive properly.
yeah.
I suppose
Well, as discussed, wheel coming soon. TM. We'll see.
coming soon.
Coming soon. Yeah, under
Yeah.
construction.
Under construction.
The wheel exhibit is coming soon.
Somebody mentioned that it's pretty quick off the start.
It is, yeah.
Uh,
Got a lot of wheel spin.
Unfortunately, well, fortunately for JAF and unfortunately for GT, for a reason we called for running starts, or fly. Sorry, my brain is fumbled about because I'm sick. Flying starts
Mm-hmm.
is the term I was looking for, and we called for that because it would level the playing field for JFGT and the regular GT.
Yeah,
Well,
it's worked out pretty nicely.
the running start is also a proper term. So.
A viable term? Okay.
Yep.
Well, we're about to get our first time for this class. I wouldn't say it's an amazing time. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're still gonna get it. I thought I was gonna lose it there. But a 150. So slightly slower than the average time that we're seeing with the previous all-wheel drive class of this same, or at least similar spec.
Yeah.
Next one, 2004. AR Snap GT1.
I mean, this really isn't a track well suited for the GT1 cars. They would be more like one a track like Fuji Speedway that has a long straight.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm gonna warn you right now. This car is very loud. I can hear it already.
I'm curious what engine it has now. Let me look it up real quick. That's not a good sign when he says that.
It's got a lot of wheel spin off the line, but I also revved it high. Yikes, this is gonna be a challenge. Let's quickly check it. Looks like it is a V8 twin turbo.
Yes, it is a 3.8 liter V8 twin turbo, making 710 horsepower.
So this one actually suffers with a issue that I had before with some of my own builds. Trying to make ultralight cars, its back end is extremely bouncy.
It has too soft rear suspension.
Is it too soft
the rear
or too
suspension
firm?
is too soft.
Yeah, that is too soft rear suspension, causing the bounce.
Makes sense.
I mean, it drives pretty well.
Perhaps. They said Half-Life 2 Episode 3 would come soon, but we still haven't gotten it. Well, there is the Half-Life 2 Alyx coming out now.
Yeah, it's not exactly Episode 3, but I mean, I'll take it.
It's a continuation of Half-Life 2.
Isn't it a prequel to Half-Life 2?
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. But, good grief. I'm seeing quite a few problems had with this.
Yeah, this one's tough.
But, yeah. It's a prequel, and it's also VR.
Yeah.
So.
Well, admittedly, unfortunately, I do not have a Vive, but I definitely would like to play it.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah, like watching the trailers, seeing all the detail. It's cool. Definitely get excited. Like, Half-Life 2 was a pretty significant step forward. Yeah, back in the day. Like, even today, if you play it, because the Source engine upgrades over the years, it still holds up. So.
Yeah, I mean, when did that game even come out? It was like early, mid-2000.
Something like that.
Yeah, let me look this up real quick.
2005, 2004, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, 2000 sounds about... Yeah, 2004. Spot on. That game came out in 2004, and the graphics still hold up somewhat.
Yeah,
it's nearly timeless.
Pretty much. Like, the actual gameplay itself as well.
Yeah.
If you haven't played it, you definitely want to check out Half-Life 2, and 1 as well.
Half-Life 1 is not so.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't held up as well, but if you're interested in graphics at least, then not so
Yeah.
much. Okay, so I said I was going to limit it to 3 runs. Unfortunately, this is run number 3 for this car. So I'm just
Well,
going to...
we're making good time, so, and there's
Yeah,
only 21, so maybe
maybe
have
I
a little
won't
bit
do
of
that.
leeway.
If it's a disaster, then I'll limit it to 3, but if it's reasonable, then no.
Yeah.
We'll actually go for it.
Yeah. I'm seeing that a lot of problems are being had with this.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is in rear-wheel drive nature, and also the
Soft rear suspension.
jumping rear end is definitely causing issues. It had that
Yeah.
issue where it kind of rolls backwards as well. So,
What about the Crysis games? Crysis is also a good example of graphics holding up. I mean, we still hold Crysis as a... Is it the first one that's held as a benchmark still?
yeah, well,
I
when the
believe it's
first
the
one
first
came
one.
out, no computer could handle it, so
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah, the first one is it's an example of very bad optimization.
Yeah. They still hold that as a standard of if computers can run this, which is
Well,
interesting.
it's more of a meme, but
It is more of a meme, but some people do actually live by it.
I mean, these days it's more of a meme, but pretty much
Yeah.
anything can run it, at least reasonably now.
Yeah.
Any modern hardware.
Semi-reasonably.
and you lost a rear wheel.
Yeah, couldn't really continue after that, so trying again. At least I'm getting a good warm-up here. This is only car number 2 of this class.
One wheel drive is a bit.
It's designed with 6 gigahertz CPUs in mind, which never get. It still hasn't come true. 6 gigahertz CPUs. Although I think we're getting somewhat close. I've seen like 4 point stuff. I don't know if there are 5 gigahertz.
You can get 5 from Ryzen's and some of the Intel ones if you go like very exotic cooling.
Yeah, well, overclocking, yeah.
Oh yeah, overclocking. Yeah.
I mean, like my new computer, I believe it caps at 4.6 on 12 cores. If it'll actually get there or if it'll actually need to, I don't know, but
Yeah, mine is running at 3.8 gigahertz overclock,
Yeah.
and it's a first gen Ryzen.
oh goodness. Okay, I'm gonna give this car one more try.
Oh
Because I'm
boy, are we
having
gonna have the
issues.
worst?
Having some issues.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take it easy
new-
this time and not try to go too fast. But hard to drive this one for sure.
Your new supercomputer that you yoinked from the FBI is very nice, but can it run Crysis?
I think
Actually,
so.
that'd be kind of interesting to see how well games run on like NASA supercomputers. They're big these days.
Well, they're not even meant for games, but
No,
I
they
guess you
aren't,
could
but
try it.
they have a lot of processing power.
Yeah, do they have
And
graphics processing power though?
well, they really don't need it because they
Yeah.
have so much
Um,
CPU processing. Or do they? I may be mistaken.
Data centers usually have a graphics processing units, but they use it for compute.
Hmm.
It's just to have additional compute power.
Well, I'm sure their
Yeah.
like CPUs are ridiculous, but I'm guessing they don't use like Nvidia Titans in there or something like that.
No,
They wouldn't
they
necessarily
don't.
need it.
But they have giant banks of CPUs, so I don't think a GPU would be exactly necessary.
Oh, but you know what they do have is simulation rigs, so they would have GPUs for
Hmm.
that.
Actually, no, that is kind of true, I suppose.
Yeah,
And
but they use the GPUs in a compute
Yeah.
situation. Like they have like quadros or something like that.
Just like a big tray of quadros.
Yeah.
I mean, those aren't that great at gaming, but I'm sure you could get some pretty ridiculous resolutions out of them.
Well, there really isn't a difference between a quadro or a Titan for gaming. It's just that Nvidia just says that quadros are not meant for gaming, but there really isn't a difference.
They can run games, but they are run so fast that the game generally freaks out due to frame rates in the tens of thousands.
Well,
Tens
not
of
actually.
thousands.
It's not like that.
I don't think that's 100% true.
And most
Quadro
I
games are
and
going
doubt
to
that.
cap out at some rate anyway.
Yeah.
Quadro and Titan are exactly same.
Yeah. Well, I think he's
Quadro,
referring to the NASA supercomputers.
yeah, those, I guess. But the
Maybe.
Quadro's difference for the Titan is that Quadro has HBM2, which is high bandwidth memory, instead of a normal JDDR6.
I've been pretty
So we
impressed with
have.
the 2080 Ti so far. Like, I can't even find something that'll heat up my computer at this point. Oh my goodness. Well, first time in the pit lane.
So what do we have
Well,
in this one? This is the
one thing.
ASC Mark X. It has a 9.4 liter V10 naturally aspirated, making 718 horsepower. It's very heavy. Very heavy.
One funny thing I had when I was testing my car, I went along the first part of this chicane. The car ramped off the bank, did a few rolls, and then it crashed into the pits and went straight into the box.
It knows its
So
home.
it's gonna spend some time there.
Yes.
Getting the damage fixed.
Man, I'm seeing a recurring issue with these GT1 cars. Obviously the oversteer and a little bit of wheel spin, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
Which we actually kind of expected.
No, it's hard to control these cars, no doubt about that. Have to be very gracious with the throttle and also the brakes.
No game so far benefits from SLI or Crossfire. Well, the thing is, SLI was more useful back in the day. Then there was some games that did scale from SLI, but the thing is, Nvidia and AMD have both dropped their support for their own multi-graphics card options.
Yeah, these days you don't need two like 2080 Ti's. Like, what are you doing that you need that much power?
Yeah.
Running Crisis.
One instance of Crisis needs two 2080 Ti's.
I mean, you see a lot of graphics enhancements for mods for some games.
Yeah.
Such as Minecraft, where you have the ray tracing.
Oh yeah.
Which is just one example. But yeah. A lot of people want to see the extent of what can this GPU or CPU do.
Pretty much. Like, if you buy high power stuff, then a lot of people get into the benchmarks and they get very specific about numbers. Like different thermal pace for cooling and like, I want 1 degree off here type thing. For me, I'm not that worried about it. But I know that it's very much a hobby for some people, so.
Yeah. An obsession, perhaps,
and
as well, perhaps.
A very large money pit, because this stuff goes out of date quick. So, if you want the best hardware and you always want the best, you end up buying a $5,000 computer every year.
Yeah.
That's why I had a AMD Radeon R9 290 Tri-X for like 5 years, and now I got a new one. which is a Radeon 57 XT.
Yeah.
Why do you go with the AMD cards for graphics?
They are cheaper for the price to performance.
Oh, okay.
They are much better on the price to performance scale compared to Nvidia.
Yeah, that's generally how AMD is.
I
Well,
just go for what what works.
I mean, CPUs are like, well, it's currently no-brainer. You should go with AMD on CPUs because there's almost like literally no point to going for Team Blue.
Well, unless you want really strong single-core processing, then you go Intel.
Yeah, that's like the only reason. If you are like die-hard hardcore fan of like Counter-Strike Go, then you would go like Intel, but that's like the only reason you would buy Intel.
Yeah,
Alright.
I just don't usually get too in depth in computer stuff. I probably should, but I don't. Just because I don't even know. I'm just not interested in that sort of thing. This one
Yeah.
is actually doing rather well, and I think I know why, because there's only 505 horsepower going through the rear wheels.
Yeah, wasn't this
Yeah.
car intended to be a JAF 500 car and just didn't make
I
the
don't
mark?
think so. I don't think so. There's GT1 in the name.
Oh, okay. Well, it just barely creeps into this class with that power. It could have gone into the other class. But a
It could
147
have.
is indeed the fastest time for this so far,
Mm.
which is not bad. I
That's
like to
up.
see.
That's up there with some of the 500 cars.
Yeah, it's very much in line with them.
The thing why I decided to upgrade my graphics card was, well, I do sim racing, and I run with 3 monitor setup. The R9 290 did get a bit low on the FPS side with 3 monitor setup.
So up next we have a car that is
Oh,
called the
this one.
Chrome Machine. It is indeed a very large machine, a bit of a boat. Looks like it's got a big old V8 in there, rear-wheel drive, of course.
Yeah,
Let's
this
give
is
this one a
one
shot.
that falls into the doesn't exactly fit the theme.
Yeah.
And again, this is a point of contention for me. I just don't like this sort of thing. It's not. I don't know. It sort of sucks
Yeah.
out the fun for me.
It seems that the people wanted to see it though, because they did vote for it. Actually, no, they didn't,
No,
because
they
there is no
didn't.
voting for this. You got no choice in seeing this one. You had to.
Yeah, it's
Um,
this is just. This will probably be the slowest.
It is very, very boaty. It is a land yacht.
Yeah.
This hurts.
I'm not
This
gonna.
has to hurt for some people who put good effort into their cars, only for them to be axed. Granted, in other categories, but
Yeah, you probably should have considered the GT1 class if you were
yeah,
unsure if you were gonna make it.
yeah. But there was no way of them for knowing early on.
Rip. Yeah, generally submitting towards the end is a good idea, but then if everybody submits at the end, then it kind of defeats the whole purpose of like that.
Yeah.
Is the Google Chrome a stream car? Somebody's asking.
This?
Yeah. This isn't the Google Chrome. That's someone that I made on stream
Yeah,
one
yeah,
time,
yeah,
I
yeah. I
believe.
remember.
Not cross. Are you meaning that AMD is frying eggs?
Uh-oh. Do we have a...
Because Ryzen processors are not that hot. Intels are actually much hotter than the Ryzen processors.
I remember with the old FX cores, though, they used to be.
Yeah, the FX. That's a different thing.
They were getting hot. Like,
That's a space heater there.
yeah. Stack your liquid cooling on the FX core. Put your radiator on the top, and you can like boil soup next to you while you play games.
That's one thing that I've found funny is cooking eggs on the engine because they're so hot.
Or like in Australia, where you can cook a tray of cookies on your dashboard.
Yeah. Exactly. This is just sorrowful for me.
We're cruising 150 down the straight. Oh wow, the brakes are on fire. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm in the sand, but I'm gonna keep going because I want to continue on to some other cars. But
yeah, this is painful to watch.
I mean, this would have been like this is a car worthy of a did not qualify for just on the aesthetics part.
Yeah, exactly. This is why why we should institute keeping to the theme.
Yeah.
Because this is painful.
Yeah, it's perfectly within. Oh goodness. Oh no. Okay, a bit of a left tap on the wall. We're gonna keep going, but yeah, this is one of those examples of those cars. We've had a few, but there haven't been too many.
There's only been like
3 or 4.
Yeah, I was about to say 3 or 4 as well. So there haven't been many.
But that's a 3 or 4 too much.
Yeah, exactly. It's 3 or 4 too much.
Yeah, well, like part of it, not in this class, but it's the voting too, because people could choose to have those cars in or out, and they voted them in. That's a 231.
Yeah, they voted one in particular in. That is the slowest, period.
Slowest out of any car?
Yeah, that's the slowest period.
Well, it's only 4 seconds. Yeah, it's only 4 seconds slower than BS Spirit, but yeah, still slowest.
Still slowest. I'm just gonna mark that with a big old
gray.
I'm gonna mark that with a red.
Oh. Honorable mention to the slowest car.
Black.
Crystal AX2. I remember this one being rather strange.
It is very empty in terms of like decals and stuff.
And also, it only makes 412 horsepower.
Oh, very low power.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like it might have been put together pretty quickly.
It does seem so. But this was one of the earliest to come in, so
yeah,
that's kind of what you get.
Yeah,
I suppose. It's a shame, but that's what happens.
One thing I would also recommend on doing the showcase is that we would like announce the showcase, have like a 1 week time before the submissions
have like
open.
A grace period. Yeah, have a grace period. No, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that there is not like people come with a car in less than 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because those aren't like you can't make a good car in that time.
Yeah, you need to spend a bit more time on it. This one is one of those very quiet ones, so our ears get a break. It's pretty fast, but definitely low on power for this class. We'll see if it keeps up with them.
Yeah. We shall see, but the thing with less power is that there's more control.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Over it.
I really I enjoy that. Ooh, especially with rear-wheel drive. Good thing those side boards do not have collision. My goodness. This one has a really long first gear. Like, the first gear goes up to 120.
Man, that is a long first gear.
So you can almost drive it like it's a CVT, just leave it in one gear.
Perhaps, but we're not.
No, but in everyday normal driving, if your first gear went up to 120, that's all you need. Like, you'd never get out of first gear.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my car has a weird transmission.
That's a 159.
On
Okay.
100, on roads where there's a 100 kilometers per hour speed limit, I can't get into fifth gear.
Hmm.
Because if I put into fifth, it will get into 110 on idle.
We now have, I'm guessing, a good replica, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
It is hold on, I just forgot it. The Ford Mustang GT500 GT1.
So it's a GT1 version of the GT500, modern GT500 as well.
I suppose. It does look the part.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
decals in the right places.
yeah, it looks like the modern Mustang.
The back end almost looks like paper mache for some reason, but
It does kind of, doesn't it?
yeah, it just has that sort of look to it.
Yeah.
Woo.
It's a time traveling Mustang.
Yeah, I suppose.
Back in
Has
2005.
595 horsepower. So we shall see.
Another long first gear car.
Who drives only 120 on highways? Well, that's a speed limit here in Finland.
That's also the limit's 100 here, so you drive 120 and you can kind of get away with that.
Yeah.
You can't get away with, like, if you drive 120 on 100, that will, if the police gets you, that's your card gone.
Oh,
Yeah, I hear that they have very strict regulations on the speed limit over in Finland.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, the speeding tickets also are like tied into your income. So
Mm. So if
there was a
you're
long,
super rich,
yeah, there was a long time the biggest ever traffic or speeding ticket is from Finland, or was from Finland, but it's not anymore. It's in Switzerland now.
I guess they have the same system there.
They have the same system there.
So some Swiss banker got caught speeding,
Yeah.
and that was it.
yeah. A grace period could work, but it might possibly overload you lads with too many submissions at once. We can handle it.
Yeah,
It'll be
well,
fine.
there'll be quite a few in that time, but say it's only a week. Like generally, we give 3 weeks or 4 weeks for submissions, so
Yeah, so we could limit it to like a week or two to get submissions in after the grace period.
yeah, it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Have you had a redo with this?
No, didn't even have to try again. That's a 155 on the Mustang. It is a
So,
very well-controlled rear-wheel drive car.
but it was squirrely for a
Oh
good
yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
time.
In comparison to the other few that have gone so far, I'm thankful that I didn't have to do it again. But yeah, goodness. All right, up next, a lot of
Yeah.
really plain cars in this class for some reason. This one as well.
The gas killer Lance.
No decals, just nice and simple. Let's give it a try. Oh goodness. Well,
We have
it is very loud.
what engine? Let's see.
9,000 RPM. I'm guessing V12.
Yeah, 4.9 liter. Naturally aspirated.
630 horsepower.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, in Finland there is like, I think it is you can go 5 over the limit, and it doesn't get a ticket. But they are, at least there have been some talks of like zero tolerance on it. That would be real. I mean that. I don't like that zero tolerance thing.
Well, I mean, the Germans have the Autobahn, and it seems to be working pretty well for them.
Yeah, we are not Germany.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. For the Germans, they have the Autobahn, and it seems to work well for them.
Yeah. I mean, Finland is the land where the government finds every single probable way to tax you.
Mm.
It's kind of surprising that they are not taxing from breathing.
$1 per breath, please.
So it sounds kind of like New York. They'll tax everything. They'll tax everything fun until it is not fun.
Or until only the hyper wealthy can actually do it.
Mm.
That's kind of interesting that speeding tickets are. Ooh, this car does a mad wheelie. Whew. Kind of interesting that they're tied to income though, because then poor people can speed a lot. I guess it would have the same effect on them, but they would get less in terms of actual fines.
Well, the fine is still quite a hefty if you do like get normal amount of money, like normal pay. It's still like quite a hefty. You don't want to pay that.
Yeah. No, that's the whole point. It's to keep you from speeding, right? So
Yeah.
fine's got to be significant enough to do that.
Do you think automation will add a minimum RPM limit? Like, say you wanted a pure race car and an idle at 4K RPM. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Like we said before, the reason why the max RPM limit in automation is 12,000 is because it's not regular for consumer.
No, overload. I think he said minimum RPM, so it's like the idle.
Yeah. But still, I don't think
Some
4K is too much. That's not likely.
That's a
yeah,
pretty
but
high idle.
there are some engines I have made that literally can't idle at 1000. Also, what police cars does Finland have? Well, Volkswagen Transporters, Mercedes G-Wagon armored ones, Skodas, and well, some Ford Mondeos. There's even some Toyota Corollas and such. There's quite a lot of different ones.
I remember somebody talking yesterday about police cars and mentioning that unmarked police cars is only a thing here in the U.S.
I can say different. Finland does has unmarked cars.
That you do have unmarked police cars.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, they have them in Canada as well.
If you see a white wagon Skoda, you will probably know
Yeah.
it is a police car. Or I have also seen a black Ford Mondeo police car. That was a civil police car.
Yeah, you usually find like big SUVs that are just they're black or white, and you could see certain things that only unmarked police cars would have. And I mean, obviously they're unmarked for a reason, but if you look hard enough, you will see
Yeah.
the distinctions.
Yeah. Also, Volkswagen Transporters are one too. I mean, the thing is, if you see a Volkswagen Transporter that is like the police car which is not marked, it kind of looks like some sort of a workman van with the lights up there, and yeah, you can easily get caught up with that.
Throw a lot of crooks in the back of your police van.
Yeah.
More wheelies from these high-powered GT1 cars.
So they're not jumping, they're wheeling.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, question for those who have a wheel. So say you've got a wheel like your shifter on the Logitech shifter. I think it goes up to 5 or 6 speeds. Do you know how many gears it has?
The Logitech shifter. It has 6 plus reverse.
6 in reverse. So what it there are 7-speed manuals, not very common. What happens if you randomly find a car that's 7 speeds? How do you shift? Would you just be able to use a paddle shifter to get back into 7?
Yeah, paddles. I usually use paddles if they're like 7 gears or.
Okay.
I think Thrustmaster or something has a shifter that has 8.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a lot.
I mean, if you think some sort of a truck transmission, you have like how many things?
Yeah. No, if you're doing Euro Truck Simulator driving, then you're gonna need more gears than 6.
Splitters and doublers and all that.
Yeah.
You have like over 20 gears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have like 5 shifters next to you and just have them all hooked up.
This is an absolute nightmare to look at.
Yeah, I made a car using this body one time. Mostly just because it's so, like, moldable. You can make the fenders on this thing wide.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that bad. Not too bad. Not as bad as the ones.
No, not as bad as the other ones, but it's still somewhat nightmarish.
Yeah.
It is also very pink, which I don't think is helping with that.
Buzzy said that the Thrustmaster shifter is 7 plus 1.
7 plus 1.
At least he thinks so.
Okay.
I think that there is one car that has a 7-gear like H pattern, which is the Amuse S2000 GT1 or GT2. I don't remember which what was it, GT1 or GT2. I'm not sure. I guess it has. Because it has 7 gears at least, and it has a stick shift. But it can also be like a sequential.
Oh. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Well, this car definitely has a few issues. But we're actually getting through the GT1 cars pretty quickly. I'm surprised. Thought it'd be more of a challenge.
Perhaps a quick clarification with fitting into the theme. We did talk about before justifying your creation.
Yeah.
So, but you have to have a pretty good, probably in-lore excuse, in my opinion.
You have to write your own story for your car if you want to get it in and it looks awkward. That's basically what we're trying to say.
Yeah, you gotta come up with a in-lore, most likely, excuse.
Ooh. At least when we're doing real racing series like this.
Yeah, when we're doing serious stuff.
I'm thinking we'll probably start with something a little bit less serious next time.
Probably.
I do like the drag race showcase, for example. We had very few rules for that. It was just all out, just do whatever you want. And we had a very significant spread of cars. Some people going for like extremely fast, and then others just going for something interesting. And then Whaloo made something that was just absolutely ridiculous. 4,400 horsepower.
Yeah. Awkward silence. We've reached the point.
Oh no, that's okay.
The thing that we most dread. We're almost done though.
Yeah, we're at 2.5 hours of actual streaming right now, which is pretty decent. That means total in the past 2 days, we've been streaming for 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
Pretty significant. especially considering haven't streamed for a while. I think the last one was a showcase as well. So
I was trying to search like. Okay, I'm used to GT1 is sequential, at least on
oh
Wednesday.
my goodness, I accidentally put it in neutral.
I was trying to search on any like things from that car. Is it an H pattern or? I guess
So-
it's a sequential.
Yeah, so with this one we have 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, just 12 cars to go through, including this one.
Not bad. So we're actually kind of winding down. We'll probably be done in the next hour.
I believe so, barring any.
None of the cars take half an hour by themselves, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Ooh, but yeah, that's not bad. This has been a good showcase, actually. It's been fun.
Yeah.
I think some of the choices we made along the line helped out with that. This track, for one. Limiting cars is another one. If we had to do all of the entries, it would have been nuts. It's also nice to involve the community in the poll. 322 votes, I think. So that's a decent amount of people voting on these cars.
Exactly.
Also, we could have another crack at this at later date with the more modern and refined performance point system.
Perhaps.
Well, we could up it into Super GT at that point.
Yeah, we could do a modern Super GT at some point.
Yeah.
After the forced induction update.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be kind of a mistake to just repeat showcases exactly. Like, we would want to redo the rules and things. And obviously, automation will have changed by then, so the budgets will be different and all that kind of stuff.
The mechanics will be different.
Yeah, superchargers will change the game hopefully entirely.
Twin charging will have quite a profound effect.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. But stuff like the Group B rally, like we could change it up and do like WRC rally
RGT.
instead.
Or
RGT.
WRC.
Just different forms of the same type of thing.
The modern Super GT would be interesting because there would be a class that uses a spec engine.
Yeah.
So we were talking about wings before, and this next car coming up has it's not hiding them. It's got a few wings on the back, just a few.
Oh yeah, this one.
Unlike that one car, it is wearing them out in the open, and they're very obvious. Let's try.
It's an independent, strong independent GT1 car.
I mean,
they don't work. Goodness.
Distrega's not liking this at all.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that
that's
sound
too
was.
much.
Oh, good grief.
That's way too
Seeing
much.
it take off.
See, the question is, do they work though? And kinda, maybe at speed they do. I mean, I guess that's the point of wings, but so far I'm not having too many issues except with that start.
Yeah. This is Distrega's pet peeve here.
I see. Incoming wing rant?
Well,
we've already had one.
Oh wow, okay. I just shattered the front end. Let's try that again.
Well, it's good that we are implementing the more modern rules for the next ones.
Well, I like the idea of the point system, and I think we should definitely do that. And I like the idea of including cost in it as well, so it's not a set cost limit, it's just a point-based cost limit. We just have to fine-tune that, and it's going to take a few showcases to do it.
Yeah.
Till our formula gets right.
Cost divided by something.
Yeah.
And then I think we should mirror Forza and I don't know what scale Gran Turismo has, but Forza basically caps out at 1,000.
At
So
1,000, yeah.
we should probably try and mirror that. That gives a lot of room to work with.
Yeah.
So they have different
Yeah.
classes every 100 points, roughly, and so we can use that as something similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we are like trying to do. That it would include like the car's power and weight, and well, that would be like power to weight ratio, and then the frontal area and drivetrain and cost and lot of things.
Yeah.
Make a formula out of that.
Well, power.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know how we do suspension upgrades and stuff. That would be a challenge.
I guess the suspension is free. I mean,
A freebie?
yeah, because you have to have some sort of a free.
I mean, cost is one thing. It controls all
Yeah.
of it. But there are definitely like suspension setups that are objectively better than others. Like I don't think we
Yeah.
see any leaf springs in this.
No, that is a
Yeah.
very good point.
So
It's a very good point.
yeah,
But
I don't know.
if you think the suspension, it goes into the weight and cost.
Perhaps.
149.
Yeah, I guess so.
That
That's the
wing car is the
fastest.
second fastest.
Or no, that is. Oh no, you're correct. Second fastest. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, we got a 147 before, so on to the Radius 370B GT1 Bosch.
Bosch.
Yeah,
Bosch.
I don't know, Bosch
Bosch.
brand name.
Bosch.
Oh, okay, it says Bosch very largely on the back.
Hmm.
It's not a Black and Decker.
This one
It
has a
looks like
trailer
a-
hitch, so I'm anticipating that we should be pulling something around the track.
Interesting. Well, there are the trailer, not the trailer, but there are like the winch hooks on regular racing cars. So maybe that's what they're
Yeah.
trying to emulate.
I guess so. In this case, it is
there
literally
it-
just a trailer hitch.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a one mod that it allows you to put like the real tow hooks into the cars. I
Yeah.
had it in mine.
Let's see. 3.7 liter Boxer 6, making only 448 horsepower. So it's not a high powered vehicle.
No, it definitely feels better. I like these less powered cars because they're a lot easier to control in this class.
Oh, there's
448. It kinda
Yeah.
sounds like the real Porsche figures of the GT2 and GT3 Porsches.
Maybe I was just thinking this is one of those cars that's a strong independent car, doesn't need a truck to drive it around. Street legal race
Perhaps.
car, and it pulls its own tires in the back on a trailer or something.
Well, it needs a license plate.
True.
Still.
Oh yeah, I would. To complete that look.
To complete it, yes.
Unless they take that off for aero, but then they don't take off the trailer hitch for aero. Or
Yeah.
weight reduction.
I see Drake has showed up to the stream. Unfortunately, you did miss the running of your Mini, which, if I remember correctly, had quite a hard time going around.
Was that the front wheel drive
Yes, the front wheel
transverse
drive Mini.
mounted V12 was it?
Yes, it was.
152 for this car. Not slow. Didn't really need to retry either, so that's a good thing. No huge errors on that one.
Yeah.
Reaper GTB.
Oh yeah. Raw.
Yeah, it's
I think this is Lewis's car.
Yeah, Lewis Rains.
Oh yeah, I mean it says raw on the back of it as well. Oh, he fell for the trap of just mirroring the decals, and they're all reversed on one side. So we'll just look at the
yeah.
other side. I've made that mistake before as well. But let's go ahead and try this one. Looks pretty good, pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
Illeryt. Tyrelli.
Oh goodness.
Mode of silence.
Well, silence is okay.
Mm.
This is well, I like the looks of this car.
It's rather simple, but I do like the lot
Yeah.
where the lights are put and the grills and such.
Yeah.
The minus comes from the flipping of the decals.
Mm.
Yeah, well, just mirroring them does that. You actually have to manually place them on both
Yeah.
sides, which is a pain.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's worth it,
Well,
in my opinion.
yeah.
If you want to be quick, then mirroring is okay, but I would honestly say just don't even mirror it.
Yeah.
Well, well, if you use like that a lot of time, like I used with my car, like I did them all the decals. I mean, I used letters for them, so they are not. Most of them are not like pre-made decals. Like they are letters made into words.
Yeah.
So you have to spell it out on both sides.
Yep. And also one thing you didn't show is that my car has 3 driver names onto the roof.
Oh, I might have missed it.
There's my name, well, not my name, but my nickname, and 2 references for games from Namco.
Oh yeah, you had a bit of a quiz running for that when you submitted.
Oh my goodness. Well, we just backed right into the pits.
Really?
Right on the edge of that run. That was going to be a decent run, too. That's my
Ouch.
first time finding out that that barricade does not have any collision. So, we'll try that one again.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah, just
That's
slid on
a little
through.
bit unfortunate.
Into the box. And out of the back.
Yeah. No, the box doesn't have collision either.
Evidently. Opinion on the Cybertruck? Is it well designed? No.
I think we talked about that
We
yesterday.
did talk about that.
But,
Or
I mean,
no, we talked about the Mach-E yesterday.
Oh yeah, we did talk about the Mach-E. I guess by extension
guess-
the Cybertruck as well.
I guess we could talk about it.
Yes.
But,
Well, I have one word for the Cybertruck. And it is 2 letters. N and O. No.
Oh.
Big
I see.
and O.
Not a fan.
For me, it's very, very odd. It's very odd. That's my interpretation of it.
Yeah, it's
Too odd.
kind of weird that they did that. But I guess it is Tesla, so can't say too
It
much.
is Tesla. And then there was the...
It would be okay if it was made by DMC.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
if
exactly.
it was by
If
DMC,
it was
it
made
makes
by-
sense.
DMC, that'd be totally fine, but it's just too, I suppose, archaic.
I mean, it looks like it's right out of a PS1 game, graphics-wise.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it looks too archaic.
It's like
It
future,
looks
but like alternate
Like
reality
retro
future.
Yeah, retro future.
Hmm.
Which, again, that's why I say archaic.
It'll be interesting to see if they actually make it.
They have a lot of pre-orders. Sorry.
It looks like someone was bored looking at their kitchen sink and wanting to make a car out of it.
No,
Maybe.
it is steel, like stainless steel.
Yeah, same stuff that your kitchen sink is.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing as the DeLorean.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's a cult classic these days. Wasn't well regarded back in the old days, though.
No, it wasn't. Well, except
I mean-
for the Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the
I mean,
Future definitely
yeah.
popularized it.
Yeah, that's mainly the reason why DMC DeLorean is that
held to such
no,
a
yeah.
pedestal. But yeah, it's very odd. It's too odd. But then again, they have hundreds of thousands of orders for it.
So people want it. Whether or not they'll actually buy
Obviously.
it, I don't know. But
Well, they put in the order, so they have bought it. Technically,
yeah,
it's just hasn't been made yet.
I think it's gonna take them a while to deliver those, just like the Model 3.
This
Yeah.
is all. Yeah, this is also another topic. Pre-ordering.
For a car, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really
Especially
is.
Yeah.
for the Cybertruck, because there are a lot of issues.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even have
Bro,
mirrors yet.
And it is a expensive car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one is very well placed decals on the side, not mirrored like the past one. Let's give
So,
this one a shot.
Deshvega, you were wondering where the Group C entry was. This might be it, or unless I'm mistaken.
Actually, yeah, this is sort of Group C-esque car. Also, this one has lost the morphs.
Oh, yes, it
Yeah,
has.
it's lost the wheel arches.
Yeah, the fenders. Well,
Ooh.
let's see how it goes on. This
Goodness.
is...
Wait a minute. Is there the maker of the car in the chat?
Maybe. We shall see. This has around a 7.1 liter V10 turbo, making 1,235 horsepower. This
Yeah,
probably has the most.
I can tell. I can't seem to drive it straight. This is gonna be a tough one. Getting it high into the rev range pretty much means immediate wheel spin, so I'm gonna have to take
Death
it
and
easy.
destruction. Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, even when shifting.
One thing I noticed about the names on the side of the car. There's one that if those are real names, I know that the driver from this real. Well, I don't know. It is a real JGTC driver.
So making a proper reference there.
I mean, I wonder if it's if there was an intention of making real names. It may be a coincidence, but the Aida is it's Akira Ida.
Ooh, full spin and crash. And a bent wheel. Goodness, I was doing so well there. So
Yeah, the Buzzy showed up again and said, fastest GT1 car in my testing, it's just difficult to drive.
yeah, I saw that. I mean, I can tell why it would be the fastest, but man, oh man, is it challenging to drive.
Yeah, it's a untamed monster.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Little less heat going into that corner. Might do me some good.
It is interesting that there was in the early days of JGTC that there was a Porsche 962 Group C car in there in some of the races.
Well, almost done. How many cars do we have left now?
With this one,
8.
8 left.
Yeah, 8 left. We're almost done.
Yeah, we have we still have an hour and a half to get through 8 cars, so definitely a lot of time left.
Yeah.
Which is good. This class, well, this stream is going faster. Naturally, that's just gonna happen because the cars are faster, generally, and
But
more
also
experience
with
as well.
experience. Yeah, exactly.
But one thing that's good is we've had no issues, no stream deaths yet. Crossing fingers saying that, but no crashes, no stream deaths. It's been good so far.
Yeah. The last time, what happened yesterday was on internet was a bit iffy.
Yeah, unfortunate. But so far, I'm pretty sure it's been rock solid. I haven't seen it go down at all. So,
Yeah.
ooh, come on, car. Alright, I'm gonna continue with it. That was a bit of a spin, but very recoverable.
Only thing dying is me right now. But I will recover, hopefully.
Well, this car is, without the spin, I think it probably would have won this class. But with the spin, it's a 152. So,
Mm,
pretty average for the class
by,
overall.
by virtue of just being very difficult to drive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. But that's what you get with over 1,000 horsepower going into the rear wheels.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
it's just inconsistent with that much power.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like lower power cars
That's
are easier to be consistent with.
yeah. That's how the cookie crumbles.
Mm. Oh. Another one with yellow front lights. I did see that a lot when exporting.
Yeah, but in this case, it would if we would use the real rules, this would disqualify this car using yellow number packings and headlights
Would it?
because they are for GT2 and GT300 cars.
Mm.
Those have the yellow. GT500 cars would have them white.
I guess this one was designed after a GT2 car then.
I mean, it is more plain looking, so I guess this was just like a GT2 car, and then they noticed that the GT1 is empty and
Possibly. And they just turned up the
just
power.
yeah, just smacked a few horses there more and called it a day.
I think so, because this one is very, it's hard to drive again. Less grip in the back than it really should have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sits at 721 horsepower tops.
Ooh. This is probably the car I'm the most afraid of so far today. You put down the power and it just likes to spin away, even just downshifting.
yeah, that's the drive line lock that is induced by the sequential gearbox.
Oh, come on, I thought I was doing good there. Well, we can't continue, just lost a wheel. But only a few cars left, so we're doing good. Somewhat. Trying to go into the pit lane again. I'm interested to see... Oh, sorry.
That was quite a fun roll.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what this one will do on the straight. I think it's probably gonna be a bit of an issue there.
Yeah. Well, first you have to get to there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Buzzy agrees. This car was a headache.
I mean, I've driven a lot of cars at this point, so...
Spoilers, it's really difficult on the back straight.
Oh, great. Well, we'll try and make it there first, and then we'll deal with that. One issue at a time. Or if I just leave it in 5th for the entire race, then maybe I'll have a chance.
Yeah.
Seems like getting high in 3rd gear is just a mistake.
Yeah.
Gotta shift early.
It looks like the turbo kicks in at 5,000 RPM.
Oh yeah, based on the graph. It's got a big turbo lag issue, I would assume.
Yeah.
Alright, come on, car. And we'll just stay in the boost. Try to stay alive.
Yeah.
Never leave third gear. That's the safe place. Alright, back straight.
Waiting for sounds of crashing.
No, yep. Darn it. That was so close to the end. Ah. I'm just gonna leave it in third. There you go. Up to the boost. There we go. You can still spin out in third gear on this car. And spin the wheels as well.
It gained on it. It gained air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have noticed that the turbos act a bit weird in Beam. Like they get sort of overcharged at the high end RPMs.
Can you ever have too much boost?
Well, the thing is, the turbos they work like normally at a certain point, and then when you get at the higher RPMs, just like kicks into overdrive, and the car just breaks traction, and you tend to crash.
Well, yeah. That's kind of what's happening now. Alright, I'm gonna baby it through here because I really want to finish it with this car on this run. There we go. Slow it down. No, don't do the same thing again. Okay, that's too bad. We're continuing. Quick reverse. Quick first. And we're good.
Where did the overlord go?
Oh, he might have coughing, potentially. This car is currently overheating, or it's getting... its radiator is blown after that crash, but it still drives straight. So...
There we go.
Back
and
again?
Overlord's back. What happened?
I don't know. Microphone cut out for some reason.
Oh.
It wasn't a coughing fit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm retiring this car with a good old, let's just get to the end even after crashing, because I'm having a lot of issues with it.
This is just getting beat into submission at this point.
It's like, you will cross the line, no matter what. Come on. We'll drive on the grass a little bit as well. I mean, it won't be the slowest time, but it's not going to be a good one.
It would be cool.
Currently steaming.
It would be cool if the cars would catch fire.
Yeah, well, it would be kind of cool.
I mean, beam cars catch fire.
Yeah, but
not automation ones.
Yeah, if the automation cars would catch fire.
Well, we can try something quickly here. We have time for a quick experiment.
Let's finish with the cars and then we can experiment.
Yeah.
Well, just quickly though, there's a little utility piece.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
I want to see if it'll catch the car on fire. We can always just reset. So.
Yeah.
So
Shuriken Katana will be the poor.
Oh wait, apparently you can't do it when you're in a scenario.
Oh
no.
That would be why.
So finish with the race and then try it.
Yeah.
So this is SCOPS.
Yep.
Oh. Well, I think I messed it up. There we go. Retry. Yeah, so I'll have to finish with everything and then we can try it if you remind me.
Yeah.
Probably gonna forget. So this is SCOPS car. Finally, we have met a worthy challenger. Let's try it. The Katana?
Yes. He has a similar obsession to mine, naming the cars after bladed weapons.
When I was in Japan, I actually almost bought a Katana, but I'm glad that I didn't.
Would have been quite a chore probably to get in the plane.
Yeah.
even into the if you put into the checked back.
No, somebody on the trip actually did get one.
Oh.
And Yeah. I think they had like a certificate of authenticity or something, and they had to like show that.
Oh.
Wow.
But
Interesting.
it came with their it wasn't a carry-on item, of course. They're not just gonna let you have a
Yeah.
katana.
Yeah.
Into the plane.
Yeah. Cut a hole through the fuselage.
Just stab the window or something. Depressurize the cabin.
Like,
Yeah.
you are not allowed even to take a screwdriver in there, so yeah.
No, you're not
Yeah.
even allowed to take like liquids.
There's certain ones, yeah.
Well, on the back straight, this car lost all of its under arrow. We're
Uh-oh.
continuing on without any crashing so far, so well-composed car. Especially
That
for
is
rear-wheel
like,
drive.
front end doesn't have much aero in this.
No, it went up on a wheelie and came down and lost all the front
Yeah.
bits.
This might be slated for a quick time.
Yeah, I think so. If it really, I mean, it does feel like a GT1 car, but
But it's
a,
actually pretty controlled.
it's a fast
Yeah.
GT1 car for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, one funny thing about Gran Turismo 2, there is like the downforce in the cars is
Ooh, 153. Not the fastest, but a pretty decent time.
when the downforce when it like pushes the car down, when the car hits the road, the downforce gets transferred to the forward momentum. In Gran Turismo 2. So yeah, that's a bit odd. Also, the car may start wheeling at some point when you go fast enough. And after that, when you go even fast enough, the direction of the travel changes backwards.
So we have a bit of a story for this one in the chat. This is the Solo Racing Heron, FQ1000. So
Yeah.
he says
See him in,
it's another bird that was made in 2 hours before submitting, so last minute submission. But
use everything my first car had except the body as it originally suffered from extreme oversteer. I do remember that saga, yes.
So does it still suffer from extreme oversteer? Because I'm a little worried now after seeing that.
We shall see. We shall see.
I like the color scheme.
Yeah, orange and black. It's got a tribal pattern on it.
Kinda reminds me of there was a Toyota Supra in GT500 class that had the SO tiger colors.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. This thing is ridiculously quick.
Excuse me. I do like the look of this one.
Ooh, up on the rocks, but we're good. Oh, never mind.
Back on the rocks, back on the rocks.
Well,
They're
we'll just never
showing
leave
their
the rocks.
magnetism.
Rocks are magnets. Somebody please prove me wrong, thanks.
I mean,
Strange.
they could
Sorry.
be magnetite.
They could be.
Strange topic, but I inherited 3 Japanese officer katanas from World War II. Oh, you, Dank, you're the one with the. Your grandfather is the vet, so that's somewhat understandable, if I remember correctly. 3 Japanese officers katanas.
Interesting. Yikes.
There is nothing wrong with oversteer. Oversteer is generally better than understeer.
Generally,
Yeah.
there are exceptions.
Yeah, severe case of oversteer then is bad.
Yeah.
Slight oversteer is good.
I mean, understeer is a lot more difficult to deal with because you can't really do anything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oversteer can be used for like a sick drift, but maybe a rare case. This car is like very fast in these opening sections, but it definitely slows down as you start to get into the very tight tunnel areas.
Yeah. I guess the biggest difference where that comes in is that you are overturning it.
This car is not all-wheel drive. This is in the GT1 subclass, so it has to be rear-wheel drive.
Definitely feels on the road, on the rails though, like
Yeah.
feels like it's all-wheel drive.
There is not a chance that the Shogun will be rerun. It had too many problems, and we just had to get a run in.
Pretty much. If the car is too
Yeah.
much of an issue, then I'm just gonna get it through, get a time for
Yeah.
it so it doesn't disqualify.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
we put in quite a
DNF.
few tries for it.
So, I was originally intending on limiting to 3 tries, like I did in some previous showcases. This time though, we've just kept with unlimited tries, just more of a feeling of like, it's not gonna get better than this. And so
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
I mean, I would kind of like to see my car run again at the end.
Just
to
because
see,
it was the first.
Just
yeah,
for fun?
just to see how much it would improve.
Alright, well we can do that.
Because it was the first car, so yeah.
Well, we won't be changing the time, but we can run it for fun.
Yeah.
Which is
It's okay.
fine. Just to see.
Oh, here we go. Fastest GT1 car.
Really?
1:45.322.
Ooh, that is not bad at all.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Oh, next one we have a Yaris.
Oh yeah.
This one is literally just a Yaris.
Honda Soul Yaris.
It's the but it's a turbo V8, but I mean it still is a Yaris. A very small turbo V8.
Well,
This one is the outlier because I think it just made 302 horsepower. So this is
I mean, in the real GT300 class, in the modern Super GT, there is a Toyota Prius. Well, actually, two Priuses.
Well, the Prius is bigger than a Yaris.
They have Toyota LMP V8s.
Not exactly a Prius then.
They still have hybrids though.
Oh,
The other one has the hybrid system from Prius, and the other one has the hybrid system from a Toyota Camry.
interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that really adds though. Like, doesn't hybrid work more when you're slow speeds?
It gets you out of the corners better.
Yeah, I guess so. It's instant torque, so they would just apply that power.
It would be used in more like the Formula One cars use it, from the corners, and then on the straights use the engine more.
yeah. I noticed since we mentioned the reruns. We are not doing reruns specifically for some because they had a lot of problems. Only reason we're doing Destregas is for fun. We're not counting the time.
Yeah, well, his was
Yeah.
the second one to go today, the first one in the JF300 class. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting just to see if I've improved throughout the day,
Yeah.
or in the past 3 hours at least. But that's the only car I will redo. It's not going to get its time officiated or anything. We'll just do it for fun.
Also, you can do the test thing that if the cars will catch fire with that.
Yeah, we can try that as well.
Yeah.
Finish the run, go into free mode, and then
yeah.
test the fire.
I will give you permission to burn my car.
I'll just keep the save and burn it when you're not looking.
Oh boy.
Dun dun dun. No, I'm not that
Traitorous.
bad. Well, we
let's
just
see.
made it through 157.
That's actually not the slowest.
No, it's a slower car for sure. The little Yaris.
It's certainly not the slowest, even with the horsepower that it
Yeah.
has.
Actually, this car might have had open differential.
No, perhaps.
I noticed some one-tire fires.
Uh, and just open. Maybe they ran out of budget, even with 120k.
I mean, the open differential is easier to drive.
I suppose.
Gotta go with limited slip though. Ooh.
It's more
Well,
modern.
So-
yeah, the limited slip differential is faster.
So this
That's a
one's the
very clever-
Vantage Crusader GT1.
Yeah.
I
It's a
feel
very
like
clever placement of the front wing.
somebody
on
is
there.
attempting to start a crusade here.
Where's Leedsy? Actually, Leedsy's car already went, and he's usually the one who sparks crusades.
Oh goodness.
Yeah,
Surprising.
Boozy confirms that it had an open diff.
Made the time really bad when I was trying it.
Yeah, open diff is... It is a slower option, but it is the easy option. There will be not that much of a wheel spin.
Except on the one wheel.
I mean, but if you burn the one wheel, it usually... You will not lose the control because the wheel that burns is in the air.
Oh goodness, I'm having issues with this one.
As I can see.
Yeah, well, we've only got 3 left and we still have a lot of time left. This stream has gone a lot
do.
faster than the previous one.
It
Yeah.
has. I suppose with experience.
Yeah, and less issues
And
as well.
Yeah, and generally faster cars.
Yeah,
A speedier resolution.
definitely don't mind though. I'm not complaining about wrapping things up a bit early. I feel like the longer the stream goes on, the more like tired I feel. Which makes me think of that like very, very long stream we did. I mentioned that earlier as well.
Yeah,
It was like 5.5 hours or something.
Yeah, the Group B.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Every time we did it, I think one was 6 hours.
Just too much.
I mean, I wouldn't mind to drive for 6 hours.
Well, you're more of an expert. We are human as well. Well,
Oh,
I shouldn't say that.
So you're implying I'm not human.
another
Hey, you're
robot
finished.
here.
You're Finnish. There's a difference. You're superhuman.
Oh, okay, that could have gone both ways there.
Well, I mean, Finnish racing drivers have been
Accused of superhuman capabilities.
well. Finnish racing drivers are usually very good when they pop up in the like a racing, like in Formula One example. Well, Heikki Kovalainen wasn't a bit. Well, he won a race, but he wasn't really. Boozy said it's a machine.
Well, and we have confirmation. We've got 2 machines eye toast here.
Well,
I
no,
mean-
there's a difference between me and then there's a difference between Destrega. He's a purebred.
Well, I mean, I am probably the more capable driver of V2.
Yeah, man, I'm coughing more and more as this goes on.
Oh my goodness. Okay. A lot of tries for this car, but I will make it
As I've seen,
eventually. Eventually.
maybe just let it.
Let it go.
Just take it easy.
I mean,
yeah,
Frozen
take
just
it
came
easy
out
and-
recently. We can't
The second one.
let it go too much. Copyright strike.
Like, I did a test for fun on the Nürburgring Nordschleife with the Red Bull X 2010. And I got a 410 as a lap time, and that was with a broken upshifter and a spin.
Yeah,
So
you mentioned that yesterday.
yeah, I mentioned it yesterday, but someone, well,
Just drive it home, sir. Just drive it home.
That's what I'm doing. I'm driving it. I'm babying it over here, or limping it, I guess is a better term.
that's bent wheel angles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that bent wheel is.
causing some issues in terms of wanting to stay on the right.
Yeah.
But again, this would be easier to deal with a wheel because you can just hold it in one.
Yeah.
Oh, I just lost a wheel. Well, we're making it home on 3. The only car to do so. Let's do it. And one
Let's
wheel
do it.
bent at the front, one wheel missing at the front as well.
Mm-hmm.
4-minute lap time? No, it should be fast.
Three wheels on my wagon.
This will be the fastest 3-wheel car in the series.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
If Destrega was a computer, he'd be a self-driving car.
It's a good thing we haven't lost any of the driving wheels, though. Just steering. It's not important.
It's not very important.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, I guess the steering is more of a suggestion with this car.
I suppose.
As of this point, yeah, 100%. Oh, no, am I going to lose the back end, too? Please don't. Well, I almost lost it again, but we will make it just grinding the disc brake against the ground.
I have written down undrivable next to it from Buzzy. Makes some sense.
Maybe if there is a possible to put a black and like a black square with a reddish orange circle in middle of that black thing. To signify mechanical damage.
Ooh, okay, we're on one drive wheel. Oh no, are we?
Oh really?
Oh no, it's not even gonna finish. Oh, come on, we have one wheel left. We got this.
You're kidding.
This
Where
one
did
we're
you lose it?
limping it
We're
home.
about to find out. Oh, there it goes.
Oh man. Okay, one more try. After all that, I'm gonna just drive it home.
That's only one wheel.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave it in first for this entire run, and I'm just gonna drive so that we have a time for it. But other than that, we've only got 2 cars left, so...
Incredible. That's incredible.
Well, we almost babied it all the way home there, or limped it, I mean.
Almost.
I decided to shift into second instead of first to try and get this done in less than 5 minutes, but I really don't want to have to do another lap with this one. I don't want to DQ it either. It's not going to make a mark on the leaderboard, but at least it'll have a time.
Yeah.
So we only have 2 left after this.
Yeah.
Anything particularly interesting about those ones, or are we just going for more, like, median times, would you think?
Only interesting thing in the last 2 is that there are lowercase leading letters for the words, so might be a low effort one.
Well, we probably have a champion for this class.
Well, yeah, the champion as of current is the, where is it? The solo racing.
And that means overall, we're currently... Who's winning overall in the GT1 JF500 class?
Overall, it is still the Newton. JF Metacore.
Yeah.
So.
Newton Jeff Matokuroi JT500. You just have to say it like Finnish one.
Was that Buzzy's car?
That was
No.
Bursting Shadows.
Oh, Bursting Shadows. Oh.
Buzzy's car was the number 20 Tyrrelli Team Sirius Apex 1 GT500 Jeff.
Oh. Alright, almost done a lap with this one. Thank goodness. In second gear, it's actually going to be faster than some of the cars we've seen.
Wow.
But it did also spin out once, even in just
I
having
did
it in second.
see that.
206.
Yeah. Certainly suffered.
Well, had some effort put into it, but not enough effort into the actual driving part of it. Let's
Yeah.
move on to the next one.
Wyvern.
Wyvern GT500.
Wyvern
Yeah.
always brings Westland Wyvern into my mind.
This one is all carbon fiber. No sponsors or anything, just plain. But not a bad looking car. One of the more
There's a lot
detailed
of...
ones in this class.
Yeah. Doesn't look too shabby, even for no decals.
Yeah.
I mean the all carbon look is a bit
Yeah.
Yeah.
odd in beam.
Carbon doesn't look that
It
great in
always
beam.
does.
It looks better in automation.
Yeah, it does.
And this is understeering.
Oh, I should hit the handbrake. I should not have. That was my mistake there.
Now we're just waiting to see how this goes.
This car is pretty quick, but I don't feel like it's gonna top that other one.
The solo racing?
Yeah, the current one that's top in this class, I can't see it right now. I'm trying to get this finished.
Funny how there wasn't more GT1 cars. That's probably because of what we're seeing here. They're just difficult to tune for.
Mm-hmm. Like
Which
if you
is-
don't
which
have
is a
expertise on the
legitimate-
rear-wheel
Yeah.
drive, then
It's a legitimate problem.
Yeah.
well, this one's gonna do a donut, but we're gonna keep going. Just warming the tires. That's all that was. Ooh. All right,
Having some
down the back
difficulty?
straight. Yeah, all these rear-wheel drive ones are difficult in their own way.
Yeah.
Each one handles just a little bit different.
Yeah. They would probably be a lot easier to drive for you when you get the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's been a pretty big theme so far in this showcase. Like, the wheel is definitely it's a necessity.
Yeah.
So once I get it up and going, the next showcase should be done with it. So we should be should be good.
It would like make the cars more. It would be give even tighter showcase because then you would really be able to control the cars.
Yeah.
Yep, just having this one saunter its way home.
Pretty much. It's not a fast time by any means. It's going to be 158.
Well, it's not horrible.
Thankfully not.
It did spin out.
Whoops. Yeah, it did. No, it did a donut partway through the lap. But
Alright, last car.
I'm fairly eager to be finished with this.
Last car and then final run with my car for fun.
Last car. We'll
And
crown a champion of the two classes, and then we'll go on to yours.
Yes, we will. And I think the champions are obvious. We've already marked them.
Unless this one is incredibly fast, then
We shall see.
Yeah, it also, I believe that's an Australian flag on the front and the back of it. Possibly, I'm not sure.
I do like the look of this one.
Ooh, the wings. They fall apart with a light tap on the back. Let's try that again.
Yeah, that is Australian flag.
Yeah. Or no. Is that? Yes, it is. Sorry.
That is Australian.
Yeah, sorry.
New Zealand flag has they are red stars.
Oh,
Mmm.
oh goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, issue immediately with this one is it doesn't have any brakes. Um,
Oh.
No
Small brakes.
brakes. No brakes on this train.
oh man, the wheels are too thin as well. Okay, gotta try
Wow.
this. Gotta try and get through it with this one. How much power does this one have?
Let me see.
I'm gonna guess a lot. It's got 834 newton meters according to this.
822 horsepower.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed. That's quite a bit. It's
that is
not
a
the
lot.
most, but it's quite a bit.
Okay, through that first corner.
Also, this car is weighing 1,528 kilos.
Ew, so it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's definitely suffering from I guess that would be oversteer. A lot of it,
Yeah.
or understeer potentially.
No, it's oversteer if your tail's kicking out.
Well, it's not brakes more weight. Well, it's not weight reduction if your car is weighing already 1,500 kilos.
Yeah.
Wow.
The claimed top speed is 338 kilometers per hour.
338. Well, we're not going to get up to that.
No.
I mean, you wouldn't want to drive that fast even
No, you wouldn't be
No,
able to
you would
stop
not.
from that speed.
with those brakes.
Okay, it seems like just being very, very early on the brakes helps. So that's what I'll have to do here. But, ooh. Okay, we lost all the arrow. And the wheel is bent. Okay, come on. Let's do this. One more time.
Yeah, I guess you have to just be easy.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
take it easy. Just baby it.
I'll just
Man.
be delicate with it.
Delicate touch.
Gotta have that gentle touch.
Gentle. Gentlest of touches.
And I'll just keep going even though
every single piece shears off.
Yeah, that's exactly what just happened.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, come on. Pro Station sponsorship isn't helping with this one.
This car was really hard to lap, just be careful.
Yeah, I'm really realizing that. These last few GT1 cars have been a bit of a disaster. Are they in order of submission, or are they in just alphabetical order?
Alphabetical.
Oh, okay. So not much we can derive from that. YouTube's giving me a big old warning sign here. Is the stream slowing down, or is everything okay?
It's
It
a
is.
bit lower frame rate, but
Yeah, there is a lower frame rate. I thought that was on my end, but
No, it's just YouTube is not... Like, YouTube gives these big warnings where it's like, it's not getting enough data, so that's why it'll slow it down.
it's moving
okay,
out
it's back.
now.
Okay, that's good. Because I just lost a wheel, so I'm going in with the three-wheeler.
So we will truly have the first or the fastest three-wheeler.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that somebody can claim that title. And it seems like I'm working hard to make it into a two-wheeler by accident here. But we are close. Oh,
I
it's gonna
suppose
be...
this is a burnout.
Alright, three wheels, come on, you can finish this race.
Here we go.
Oh, stream might be
Oh man, it's having
down.
problems.
Oh no. Yeah, stream is down.
Oh really?
Apparently. Oh, now it's back up. Okay. Interesting. Either way, finish that time. Hopefully it pulls through. Looks like it's recovering. That's a 2:21 26.457.
Well in contention for slowest, but not quite.
Yeah.
That's the fastest three-wheeler we've got, so...
Fair enough.
Alright,
It
let's
made
get
the
that gigabyte
conversion.
back in here.
Yep.
Yes.
But let's go through the winners of everything.
Yeah.
All right. So we
So,
have.
if you're looking at the spreadsheet, just pay attention to what's going on there, and if you're not, you should probably look at it.
Tune
See
in.
what's going on.
So
Yeah.
for JF GT500, the fastest is a 150.109, which is the Lynx Timison, and the king of GT300 is in GT2 from the Schromet Interval Challenge GT300 GT2 with a 148.408.
Very nice. 148 is a very fast time.
Yep.
Indeed.
Moving on to... I'll do these ones. Moving on to the JF GT500. The fastest car in that class was the Newton JAF Mato Kuri GT500 with 137.149, which was the fastest time in the entire showcase. As well, we had the fastest time from GT1, the class we were just doing. It's a solo racing hare run FQ1000 GT500 GT1 Pro car with a 145.322. So overall in that class, the JAF GT500 cars were faster, and it goes to the Newton there. So not bad. We have 2 winners. You don't get any prizes other than boasting rights, but that's it for that. We're finished with all the cars in the showcase.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
So let's go back. We'll do one more quick race here. Take the Gigabyte Oris Secura Racing NRX.
Yeah. Show the names.
I'll show the names on the sides. They are up here, so you can see those. If you understand those references, then
Then it's points for you if you know the names.
and they were painfully spelled out on both sides. So
Yeah.
appreciate that effort. Anytime somebody has to use custom letters like this, it's a pain. So
Yeah.
All right, let's take this thing off. See if we can get a better time than 143. Probably can, I would think. So let's try it. Especially after just driving all those rear-wheel drive cars.
Yeah.
This one is all-wheel drive, so it's a totally different class. Oh, immediate issues.
NSX did have a top vent, but it wasn't on same design.
All right.
All right, here we
Shall
go.
we begin?
Yeah, I'm only gonna give it a few chances if I can't seem to get it through.
Then you can try to burst it into flames.
Yeah, we'll see if automation cars can truly burn, which is something I've never tested before, but I was actually thinking about it yesterday as well.
That was a short first try.
Yeah.
Yeah, not great there. I was going through the barrierless pits.
Yeah.
So far, I think I'm doing better than the 143.
It does seem so, but we shall see.
Definitely not a spotless run, not even close. Alright, down the back straight. Up into 6th, believe it or not. 220. Ooh, on the brakes though. A few issues there. We're actually going to be able to continue despite a spin. If I can beat my own time with a spin, then I've got a few issues.
That means that, that means the car is plenty capable.
Yeah. Well, if you think that I got a time of 1:27 with that.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere near that. Especially now that it's slightly leaning towards the right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I missed a checkpoint. Okay, looks like we're trying again.
Oh.
Alright. That back checkpoint has actually gotten me a few times. in this racing series so far.
Oh well.
Yes, I am Finnish.
In case people couldn't tell.
Trying to concentrate here. Hunting that 127. It's not gonna happen, but...
We're hunting for it.
Well, if I can beat the fastest time in the showcase with this, then I think it just proves my inconsistency more than anything.
I think so.
But
I mean, one thing you could try is switch to the onboard view.
could. Alright, this has been a much cleaner section so far. Just have to be a lot more careful with twitchy handling on the big straight here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the adverse effect of higher downforce.
Yeah, that's what I messed up last time. Ooh, into the forest, lost the back wing, or back diffuser.
The teeth ray.
The table just flew off the back. 127, well I didn't get it. Passed by while I'm too far away. But we are flying here. Spoiler, I beat my own time by 3 seconds.
So 140.
140 actually makes it, according to the current leaderboard here, that makes it the third fastest car.
Wow.
130.0 48 or 84.
So yeah, that would put it over the Fujizaki Bucktooth.
So that would be the third fastest car, if we're allowing redos. But I'm sure I could get faster with some of the other ones as well.
Yeah.
Not
We
in the
just
greatest
don't
of
have
shape after that race.
Yeah, we just don't have the time for it. But now we shall see if it actually catches fire. If I'm correct.
In Beam, you can open up your menu here and go fun stuff and then fire. But it does not do anything. We have learned automation cars cannot catch fire.
Oh.
And I'm guessing we can't knock the doors off either.
Yeah.
No, we can't blow them up. Break.
Before we
end... yeah, you can break it.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I just broke all the wheels
wheels
off it, and also all the fixtures are off too.
Ooh.
So before we end, what were your favorites for each classes?
So favorite car for each class. That's pretty tough.
Well, my favorites were, at least for the GT1, was the Diablo. GT500. I guess it's a Turelli. GT2 and GT300 is very hard to say.
Yeah, I can't really name a favorite. It's just been a blur. So I'm happy with the performance of mine, though. I'm very happy.
Fast no wheeler.
Well, we'll just drift all the way into the line there. But yeah, that's it for the showcase.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been good to be doing this. I don't even know which showcase number this is. How many have we done?
I don't even know. I've lost count. Actually, hang on. There's the first 3. Then there was the Group B, Cyberpunk, Drag, I believe was next. And then this one, so that's 7.
Apparently I can... Hold on a minute here. Never mind. I'm playing with YouTube's streaming interface, but it's got some weird stuff on it. Anyways, it's been good to be doing this. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you again to Overlord and Destraga for basically organizing this entire showcase. I'm just hosting it at this point. So their efforts are not in vain. Be sure to thank them if you see them in the Discord. And if you have any
Yeah.
ideas for more showcases, don't be afraid to put them in the section that we have for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's for see you next year on the new showcases.
Yeah,
I suppose.
it's
Yeah. See
that's
you
the end
next
for
year.
2019. That's the end for this decade. But we'll be back next decade
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
work on some more showcases. Should be fun
Yeah.
though.
I guess we should start with a bang because it's a new decade.
Hmm. I suppose.
Well, we'll start with a bang, as in best exploding car. Well, we'll go off a ramp or something. That'll be fun.
Well,
Oh,
we shall see.
it actually did
Yeah.
work. I was able to pin merch to the stream. Anyway, just ignore that. Thank you, everybody. See you again soon.
See ya.
Bye.